Pick the Nintendo Shack and pray. Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening says, yo.
Greetings, Kibblings! Welcome to this week's episode of the Nintendo Shack Podcast, episode 381 at DK Bananza. I'm here with Donnie, and Delvin is back after traveling the Caribbean to places he
Captain Jack
wanted to go to and didn't want to go to, maybe.
Yes.
He did see pirates.
Yes.
Pirates, like actual, true, real pirates.
Wanted to take his life, pirates, 100%.
Yeah.
They wanted to take
I
his
really
Nissan.
need to listen to PSVG, don't I?
Yeah, they tried twice. They forgot, bitch, I'm from the hood. I know a setup when I see one. That shit don't...
I've seen the Purge movies.
Yeah.
I ain't falling for this.
Exactly. I've seen the Purge.
There
I've watched
is
all of them.
crime in the Caribbean if you
don't
stray
say.
from the touristy paths.
Oh. So much they send you notices about, like, hey, you probably shouldn't
I've
go
always
here.
heard about that. If folks travel like Mexico and like South American stuff, that you do get warnings
Yeah.
like, hey, don't.
We almost got pickpocketed a bunch of times in like Barbados.
See, that doesn't bother me. That feels
People
charming.
come up and try to scam you.
Feels charming.
yeah,
charming.
like Short Round from Indiana Jones. Ah, you little scamp.
Like Aladdin.
yeah, like Aladdin.
Aladdin.
You know, good old
He'll
Aladdin.
get you. He'll get you.
It's charming until they steal your passport and you can't
Until
get
it's your
home.
Switch.
Yeah.
Until it's your Switch and you can't
Yeah.
play Mario Kart World or Breath
Don't
of the
take the
Wild
Switch.
Switch 2 edition
No, you leave all that stuff in the hotel room and hope they don't steal it.
in the
Right.
safe in the
I was
hotel
gonna
room.
say that.
Yeah.
You can't trust those hotel cleaners.
No, you
steal your
can't.
stuff.
I tell them no clean my room. I say we good.
Yeah.
Leave it dirty. We'll figure it out.
I don't need new bed sheets every single day.
Nah,
I do.
God knows how often I clean
I
mine
don't.
here at home.
screw it.
Well, I will have to catch up on your ventures by listening to PSVG. Is there anything that
Yes.
you wanted to shout out about what you were doing when you weren't here?
Oh, I'll give you a good thing. On Father's Day, I actually got a cool gift. I got a skee ball table.
Nice. That is
Wait,
a cool
is
gift.
skee ball is the one that like you
It's like the
roll it and
roll
it goes
ball.
up and you have to
Yeah.
go in the rings, right?
Yep.
Yes.
I love skee ball.
Yeah,
Wait,
I
you
have-
got like a
what am I-
real sized one?
That's pretty much the real size. It's huge. It's pretty big. I'll take a picture.
Wait,
of it,
that's
but
so
yeah.
much fun.
The funny thing about it is these cocksuckers who made it was like, hey,
Goodness.
we're gonna only send you 2 balls. like how the fuck are you gonna play skee ball with 2 balls?
You can probably get more.
Yeah, I ordered some more. Like this is gonna work. This is gonna be fun with just 2 balls. Look, you gotta have.
Yeah,
one
how
of
are you
those balls.
supposed to
It's a
rack up
complete set,
combo points?
Yeah, you gotta have. It's a complete set, but you need more.
It's a complete set.
Sometimes
Skee
you need.
ball is so much fun. You can get so many tickets at the arcade with that.
Delvin,
Well-
not enough balls for me, Cox.
Yes, I
It's
need
on
more
the
balls.
case.
You gotta give me more balls. Can't just give me 2. The more balls, the better.
Our podcast, Nintendo would never. You ever think about like that? Like, there's some marketing person listened to our show once, and they were like, "Absolutely not." Like they put us on a list, just crossed us right off.
Wait, do you remember in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu when you would defeat a trainer and like you would get like Pokeballs as a reward, and then like it would say like you got 2 great balls.
Yeah, Trainer Lass is giving you 2 Ultra Balls.
Yeah, I love it. Game of the year, baby.
We're such
Yeah.
children
Yes,
over here in Nintendo Land. Well, that's cool. Where did you put it?
it's
And
right
when you
next.
when you say you got skee ball, obviously there's like a range of skee ball. Are we talking like a legit like at the bowling alley skee ball machine? Or are we talking like a made for home skee ball?
Made for home, but it's pretty
Okay.
fucking big.
Yeah, like is it like the size of like those made for home like basketball goal things that they would make?
Yeah, kind of.
Can you
Yeah.
turn your camera and show us?
Let me see.
Take us on a tour, Delvin. Pick up the computer.
I'm not picking up the computer. I have to
Pick up the
screen.
computer. Turn the
I'll
computer.
take a picture of the area. Hold on one second.
There you go. You can send it to us in the Discord and I'll put it on the thing.
Okay. I'll be back. Take a picture. I'm right next to him, so take a picture.
1,000% Riley. That we are not getting Bonanza. They are not sending us anything. If anything, they're gonna like take us to court to have Nintendo taken out of the name. They'll be like, you can't call yourselves that anymore.
Yeah,
We'll be like the Dixie Chicks. We'll just shorten it to the Shack.
the Shack.
All right, I'm gonna send this to the Discord chat, and you can post it on the show.
We will talk about the direct. We had a surprise Donkey Kong Bonanza. Bonanza? Is it
certainly did.
Bonanza? Is that how you say that word?
Yeah.
Bonanza. I like when I call it like Bonanza. It's not Bonanza. It's Bonanza.
Bonanza.
Direct. Because it's like extravaganza, right? That's like what it's based off of. Bonanza.
No, it's Bonanza, like Bonanza, but with an A. Bonanza.
Bonanza.
Right. Isn't that the thing? Bonanza?
Yeah.
Bonanza. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's a TV show.
Yeah. It's a very popular TV show back in the 50s or 60s?
Yeah, like a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah. When I was
A term
8.
for a large, valuable deposit or a marketplace website.
Let's see here. Share screen, share picture. Boom. There we go. Now everyone can see.
Yes.
Oh.
That's his skee ball table. It's pretty short.
Yeah. It's,
Wait, it
that's
doesn't
not
have
the
like
whole
sides.
table. It has like a little bit more feet to it.
No,
It's
I mean like
short
I, don't,
to a
I mean
height
like
wise,
like short to the ground.
Yes, it's lower to the ground, but it's long as shit.
What do you think? You think we could like put like some feet on it, like some risers? I would do
Yeah,
that.
you
if I
definitely
were you guys.
can.
That looks uncomfortable to like lean down.
You
that far
definitely
and roll the
bend down.
ball.
I would be worried about
not-
it like going off the
Okay.
sides because there's like not very like.
See,
wide-
that's the problem I've
rolls it
had.
and
I
just
might need to
shatters
put some
his
like some
pinball.
You're
thing
gonna
on the
break that
side.
pinball table next to it.
Yeah, I might need to put some.
It's gonna
Are
bounce
you
off
guys?
and hit the top of the table.
Who are you guys playing skee ball with that you're so concerned of skee balls flying across the room? Keep it on the table, guys. Damn.
my son. That is
Well,
the
no, 'cause
answer.
It'll bounce off the little like nub, and it'll bounce off, and it'll hit the arcade table.
It's pretty long, Riley.
That's what she
Pause.
said. Whoa.
It's pretty large. If
Send
you
us
see it
games,
in person,
Nintendo. Send us games.
if
do
you
love-
see it in person, it's a lot larger than it looks.
I do
Like
love
it-
playing some skee ball. That's a good
It's-
time.
So fun.
Yeah, it's pretty big. It's pretty fun for what I played. I played 2
I
seconds.
sold my arcade cabinet just to get in on this fun for you.
You had an arcade cabinet?
I
Yeah.
did, yeah, for years. Golden
Why'd
Tee,
you sell it?
one of my favorite games. Well, Rebecca, I will have you know, the Atari.
the legend.
We should change it to the Atari Shack. They'll send us games.
Yeah, they definitely.
They are releasing a Golden Tee collection, which is the same games that are in my arcade cabinet. And I was like, well, I'll probably just play that forever now.
Yeah.
So there's no need for the cabinet. The cabinet's cool,
I-
but like, there's no need for me to have the cabinet.
I appreciate this 180 turnaround about Atari.
Yeah,
'Cause
no,
you remember
I'm
Rebecca.
eating this crow. I'm being this hypocrite.
Donnie was shitting on Atari.
And hang
heavily.
on,
And he was right.
keep it 100. That hasn't changed. I
Yes.
still shit on that version of Atari.
Yes.
That shit you grew up with was trash. It still
Yes.
is.
Except Ninja
But
Golf.
they've gotten better.
Yes.
They've gotten better.
The nostalgia of Atari is really good. The stuff they put out, like, hey, you like Atari?
Like the brand, like what they've done.
The brand itself is great.
I remember I remember when they got sold. Like we were podcasting and like somebody bought Atari. Like whoever owns it today, I guess, bought them. I remember when that happened and everybody was like, what are you going to do with Atari? Like, why would anybody want Atari? And then like you see what they're doing. Like they've got, Lunar Lander and the Brick Breaker game, and now they're doing like recollections, and they've got,
Asteroids.
Yep.
Asteroid, like all this little modern stuff, and then with
Cool
the
ass
merch
decanter.
and the branding. Yeah, like I am digging what they're doing in 2025.
That Power Rangers game, I think it's from Atari too, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, they're doing a lot of publishing. Yeah, it's good stuff. A lot of licensing.
It's really cool. Glad to see their name still around.
Same. So, yeah, I got the Golden Tee game there. I am hoping that Digital Eclipse lets us use the mouse as a trackball. Like we can like zip it.
Oh, that would be cool.
Great. Yeah.
Oh my god, wait, I just thought of Marble Madness with mouse controls.
100%.
That is a great idea.
Uh-huh. They said that on PC, because I'll probably get the game twice, they said on PC that they will have support for trackball with a mouse. So if you want like that Golden Tee feeling with the ball, you can actually do that on PC. And I would imagine if they put that in the game, like you could just plug a mouse into the Switch and do that there.
Yeah, but
too.
who has a ball on their mouse anymore?
1000% I do. Like why are you
A lot
calling
of
me out
people
like
do.
that? Why fuck me though?
Yeah, a lot of people
Damn.
do.
I'm shocked that you just pulled that out of nowhere.
Yeah,
I
a lot
have
of
cubital tunnel issues. So like using an actual mouse causes a great deal of pain, to be 100% honest.
Wow.
So I switched to the trackball during COVID and have never looked back.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I didn't know they still made those. Cool.
They still made those.
I
They're
didn't.
very
Why
popular.
would they? What do
Why are
you
you
mean?
acting like it's a cotton gin or a paper press?
Yeah.
Jesus. They still make those.
It's
It was
a
not long
relic
ago.
of olden times.
Wow, a relic.
It's like for boomers.
Wow.
My God.
Wow. I appreciate this.
I do
appreciate
remember.
this.
I do remember when there were balls and mice. I do remember that.
They still like it's a very popular. It's a very popular PC accessory.
I appreciate
are.
this because
They're very expensive.
Why? Why? But why? What's better about it?
People? I mean, there are people. That
Whoa.
like it's just a preference. People
It's
like
just
them.
a question.
Yeah, I'm talking about what Riley said. Riley, you need to relax, Riley.
It's just a question.
It's just a question. Silver Tucker calls. I'm just asking questions. I'm just asking questions.
I'm genuinely curious. What is better about the ball than the laser?
Have you ever used one?
When I was a child.
Okay,
Wow.
So let me give you the pitch. Here's the pitch. With your mouse right now, I want you to put it on the table, and I want you're going to move it around, right, like that. So you're going to move your mouse around.
I'm moving it as we speak.
Imagine being able to move your mouse by keeping your hand still, and that's why you have a trackball.
Correct.
You don't have to have so much desk space. You don't have to move your hand around so much. Have you ever moved your hand and like hit something or anything like that?
What? I
Do you not-
can do that
do you
with a
not get
laser.
that?
Look, I'm like, so like you're talking about just like going like this.
Like with the trackball. So if I was to put like here we go, like with the trackball, right? That's all I'm doing.
Oh, like you
The
turn
mouse
it like
doesn't
this?
move ever. This is
Correct.
all the.
I
stuff.
have never. Wait, is that on the side of your? Where did Delvin go?
I don't know what happened to Delvin. He moved and his computer exploded. I have no idea. We may have lost him.
Wait. Show me your mouse again.
Here we go.
It's on
Why
the
don't-
side.
Sort of. It's for ergonomics, so your hand placement is like comfortable. Yeah.
Okay, I have had a different. We have been talking about two different things this whole time.
Are you talking about like that 90 second with the ball is like literally right? Oh, you mean like the rolling? Hang on. Explain to me what you think. I'm like, now I don't know if I know what you're talking about.
Before they had lasers in the mice. They
Okay,
had
you mean
the
like
ball,
rolling around?
and
Yeah,
you
no,
would
no.
like ball. It would be
Yeah,
like
that
a
is not a
ball.
trackball mouse. Yeah, this is different. Delvin, you okay?
I'm back.
Okay.
I don't know what happened.
Delvin, we discovered that me and Donnie were talking about two different things.
Oh,
She legit meant like a mouse with a ball on the bottom that you roll around.
that's not.
That is a relic. Yeah, I haven't
that's
seen
a
one of
relic.
those in decades.
He's talking about the balls on the
But
top.
trackball mouse is a thing. It's usually for like people that do a lot of typing and stuff. Like I think I wouldn't say. I definitely don't think it's the. It's definitely not the more common thing. Like your traditional mouse is more
I've
common.
never seen what you're talking about.
But I
ever
think a
before in
lot
my
of
life.
people that do a lot of computer work prefer a trackball
Interesting.
Yeah, it makes things easier.
or a touchpad. Either a trackball or a touchpad.
Okay.
I think is what people go to.
Okay. Well, today I learned.
So yeah. Anyway, just to make that point clear, with the new Golden Tee, you could Golden Tee with the ball on the mouse.
I see now why that would be better.
Yeah.
But if I can just switch to mouse and just scroll that bad boy, I'm in heaven.
Yeah.
So, great year for golf game fans.
Yeah.
Did your big the one that everybody golfs or whatever it's called come out?
Nope, comes out in September, and there are no physical copies in the West.
Nope.
Oh,
So I have imported a physical copy via PlayAsia.
and you can play it in English.
Yeah. Hopefully, it won't be too delayed. That's like
Yeah.
my only worry is that everybody's playing it for a month before I am.
You wouldn't get it digitally and then just have the physical version.
I would if it was going to be too long. I
Yeah.
absolutely would. I would. The FOMO would win out. I'm hoping not to have to do that,
Yeah.
but I will if I have to. I paid for the extra shipping. I paid for fast postage.
Well, I should get there, hopefully.
I hope so.
What else have you been up to this week? Either of y'all.
I'm playing Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
I'm still
Finally.
playing it.
Tell us
I've been
about
playing
it.
When he's not playing
One-
Mind's Eye.
My Zelda app is broken. Doesn't work. I don't
Your
know what's
what?
What do
going
you
on
mean
with
it's broken?
Everything, it's been like that for it's probably like almost a week now. Everything I tried to send to my
Yeah, I know what it is. It's not broken.
yeah, it says that my
Your
storage
inventory's
is full.
Yeah.
And
I
then
thought you were gonna say it's like broken, like it's like overpowered, but it's like
No,
broken.
no.
broken.
No,
I
I
can't
know.
access any of my stuff.
You've got to open up rooms in your inventory to accept new stuff.
I did, and it still doesn't work. And then when I went on the app, it said,
What are you pulling out?
Anything, like everything I tried to pull out. And then when I went on the app itself, all my data has been wiped, and it says you have to get to a certain area first.
I can fact check Delvin here. Let me see this. All of your data has been wiped.
Yeah, I think what happened was I got a 512 SD card, and my son changed everything over to that SD card. And I think that probably messed things up.
I don't think so. Gold.
I'll tell you what it says
I
right
see
now.
your stuff. Your stuff is right here. It's not wiped.
It doesn't show for me. I'll tell you right now what it says on my Zelda.
Maybe it's the app.
I'm going to pull it up right now so I can tell you
You do have a
exactly what it
bunch of
says.
stuff that's in progress that you've got to clear. So the problem is that your queue is full. You've got to clear it.
It won't let me clear it. It won't let me do
You're
anything.
gonna have to go stand somewhere, drop every item you have, receive your new stuff, pick and choose what you want, and then keep going.
I'll see if it lets me do that.
The problem is, here's the problem. Especially, you just restarted the game, right?
Yeah.
So the problem is, you only have a certain number of slots because you haven't found a bunch of Korok seeds to open up your slots. So you can only carry 4 swords, 2 shields, 2 bows, right?
Oh, I forgot about
And
how
you've got-
limiting that is.
You've got too much stuff, so you're gonna have to pick and choose what stuff you want.
Okay, this is what it says when you try to transfer anything over. It says the selection cannot be moved because there is no game data for the destination game associated with the Zelda notes.
Oh,
See, you must progress in the main story of the destination game while connected to the internet before you can use this feature.
yep. You probably have to re-enable Zelda notes. So you probably have to start the game, get into the game, go into the settings, and reconnect to the app.
Yeah, I figure that's probably
That should be easy.
because it's not letting me do anything.
Yeah, but your saves aren't on an SD card. Your saves are on the system. So I think once you reinitialize, that should work.
Okay, that's good to know. But I'm playing it, raw dogging it.
Damn
'cause
right,
I'm
Riley.
Having those things.
I'm not going to let this man slander my beloved Zelda notes in front of me.
It's
Like,
not
we'll
working.
fix this
It's
right
not-
now.
It wasn't working for me. It's not my fault. Or maybe it is.
It
my
is,
fault. I don't
though, but it is your fault.
know. Maybe it's my fault. I don't know. But I've been raw dogging it, just going in raw, and I'm still enjoying my time. This is gonna be one of those episodes. But I'm still enjoying my time with it. But I'm starting to notice there's things, I guess because I really gotten the Tears of the Kingdom, that it throws me off with now that I
You
don't
can't do
have.
certain things. You can't
They're very different.
warp through the ceiling at any given spot.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not even stuff like that. It's simple things like when you're using the glider, you can't have the girl push you further to go out.
The powers.
power-
Breath of the Wild has its own powers.
Okay.
I'll tell you, by far, it's a much, and I mean this in a literal sense, a much more grounded game. You're going to be on the ground a lot more.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
not.
I was noticing.
In Tears of the Kingdom, you literally could just fly the whole time. Almost from the beginning of the game, you just fly around. You can't do that so much.
Yeah, I'm walking
I
around
think the champion powers are better in Breath of the Wild. There was
I do
only the
too.
one in Tears of the Kingdom, the one that you were just referring to, with the Rito gust of wind when you're gliding. That was the best one in Tears of the Kingdom.
I like that one. a
But I
lot.
think I won't spoil what Breath of the Wilds are for you, but I know at least
I think
three of
the
them
game's
I
8,
used all
9
the
years old.
time.
I think we can We can
That's
talk
fine.
about it openly at this point.
No, because he's playing it for the first time. Fine, you won't know what they are, but I'll say the
Yeah, so
names.
you care a lot more than
Mifa's Grace.
Yeah.
Mifa's Grace. Obviously, everybody uses.
or as Seth called her,
Obviously.
the red fish lady.
Okay. The hot red
I
fish.
was like,
lady.
what
Let's
the
go.
fuck?
Daruk's Protection.
Now we're
obviously,
talking.
use that all the
Yeah.
time. And
All
then Urbosa's Fury. That was
Okay.
like when I was in a pinch.
You
and
can
needed,
call
like-
down lightning from the gods. Like,
Don't tell
for real.
him.
I like that.
Cool.
That's
Oh
cool.
my god! And then
I'm-
what was the last one? The Rito one in Breath
You
of the
think I'm
Wild?
spoiling? I'm giving him more reason to play.
What was that,
That is
one?
correct.
I don't even remember what the Rito one was.
Uvalli's Gale.
Oh, it burst you up into the sky.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
with
use
all
that
these
all the
scales,
time.
Just like how you could
Yeah,
like
yeah,
zip
yeah.
up through the roof.
Yeah.
In
It
Breath of
gives
the
you a
Wild,
burst
you have
of wind.
Rivali's Gale where you can just zip right up into the sky and glide around.
Okay. That's good. Then I can use that.
And then Mifa's Grace is like a extra life. Like if you die without a fairy, she just brings you back to life.
Daruk's
like
Protection is like like the ultimate shield. Like
Okay.
you can block any of like the most powerful. You just like woof. It's awesome.
I like that.
You get these powers for beating the divine beasts.
Which
Okay.
is a hardship because they're horrible.
They're not. Yeah, they're not great. I don't think I'm going to. Whenever I decide to beat Ganon, I think I'm going to try to beat Ganon without beating the champions this time. I've never done that.
Do they? Get,
I don't mind them, but I don't want to replay them.
let me ask
If
this
I-
question.
Maybe that puts it in better. I'm like, I don't want to do it again.
Does not beating the champions affect the story?
It not the story. It just the final battle. You've got to be better. Like it just makes the final boss a little easier.
For each divine beast that you complete, it makes the final boss a little bit easier.
A little
Like
bit easier.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, that's why. Yeah, I need to do that then. Need to beat them all. Yeah, I'm enjoying it though. I'm enjoying my time with it. It's fun.
I have 15 people I'm sending stuff to.
That's a lot. That's a
I'm
lot.
like running a damn high roll postal service.
Somebody needs to like explore this because nobody else that I have seen is doing what you're
That's
doing.
sad. I hate to hear that.
I think it's brilliant.
I'm seeing.
great.
I think from what I've seen on my side, which again, limited sample, I'm seeing more people playing Tears of the Kingdom than Breath of the Wild. Anyway, I'm not seeing a whole lot of people playing Breath of the Wild.
Really?
I almost went into Tears of the Kingdom. Like this makes me miss
Like
Tears of the Kingdom.
And I'm not saying they're wrong. I actually think Tears of the Kingdom is probably better. Like I think Tears of the Kingdom, one, because it was built newer, right? I think the upgrade visually is probably more pronounced. Two, I think that auto build function, just being able to send each other blueprints, you can just zap into the
Yeah,
game.
that should have been there from the start. Like, that should
yeah,
have
like
been-
that's probably going to be.
Because remember, we
really
asked for that.
awesome.
We asked for like a catalog of like different people's creations that you could just import into your game. Like that's what that is.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. So you could just like
I like
zip into a bike or zip into like things that you would never figure out how to make on your own, but now you can just QR code, so you can get one of those like bomber planes or weapons of mass destruction and just wreak havoc.
Too soon, Donnie.
Facts.
Yeah, very
Didn't
true.
even think about that. 100%.
I did get
Those poor Koroks.
yeah. I did also get I haven't tried it yet. Five Nights at Freddy Into the Pit.
Oh, I love that game. Yeah.
I'm super
Very
interested. I had to get it on Switch. I'm like, I'm gonna play this on Switch. It's my other game I play on there. I'm super interested to get into that one. I'll probably get into it later on today if I got time.
Best Clock Tower clone I've played since Clock Tower.
It looks cool.
Pretty confident in that one. It's better than the Coma Sisters, which I also liked, but it's better than that.
I like Coma. I like the Coma. I played the original one.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm super excited to get into that. Yeah. Otherwise than that, everything's been okay. Just busy, trying to tune out from
The
the
world.
news because
100%.
yeah,
Yeah.
that.
I'm replaying the first 2 chapters of Deltarune so I can jump into 3 and 4. I'm glad that I am replaying them because there's a lot of stuff that I didn't remember. Like I remember the basic story, but like even like because the first chapter came out in like, oh my god, I
wanted to ask you about that.
came out in what year? 2018. So it's like a long time ago now. Like it's been years since I played that.
I wanted to ask you about that. When you buy
yeah.
that game now, all the chapters are just on there now, then, right?
So chapters 1 through 4 are on there. The whole game is not out yet.
Okay.
Chapters one and
it's an
2
episodic
separately
release.
are free. Like if you wanted to try episodes 1 and 2 for free, you could. And then like you can import your save data if you wanted to into the full game. Like think of it as like a demo, I guess. And then 3 and 4 are paid through like the whole thing, and then I think it's gonna eventually go up to 7. I think.
Interesting.
But
yeah, I thought
once you pay for
the ending.
this, no. Once you pay for this, you won't have to pay for the rest of them because it's like you've paid for it. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, long development time.
So should I try it now or just wait till the whole series is out?
I mean, that's up to you. Like I know some people who are waiting. If you don't have a very good memory like me, like you will probably end up replaying it by the time it does come out. Now, chapter 5 has been confirmed for next year, like for 2026.
So this could be a long wait.
My concern is I don't want to get to chapter 4, and then it's this big long cliffhanger. You're like, what the fuck?
It's going to be 3 years until.
And then you're like, well, see you in 3 years.
Chapter 1 definitely ended on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, that'll make me mad. Like,
yeah, you don't need to have played Undertale before playing Deltarune, but you should play Undertale before you play Deltarune.
I played Undertale, and I stopped because people told me you were playing it wrong. And I said, okay.
There's no wrong way to play.
Oh, there's a wrong way to play.
Yeah, there is, but there isn't.
Yeah, they're like, no, you're playing it wrong. This is not how you play this game. Like, okay. And then I should probably start this over. Like, no, you can't do that now. This is screwed. You're screwed over.
Well, yes and no. It's a long we can talk about that.
They're like, you might as well start on another console. Like
the game does remember even if you start a new save file, even if you uninstall the game, even if you delete your save file, like it does remember.
Yeah, like I remember you piece of shit what you did.
And the game will reference that. It'll say, "Oh, I know what you did. You didn't like your choices, so you tried to delete your save file and start over, didn't you? You tried to uninstall." Awesome. I know, it's very self-referential, very fourth wall breaking.
Like, fuck you, game. I don't need you insulting me.
Just like a turn-based RPG?
It is, but it is a turn-based RPG, but if you want to fight, you can, and it's like kind of more representative of like an RPG, or you can try to pacify each situation, which like is a little bit more involved. Like it's like kind of bullet hell in between turns. Like instead of the enemy doing like an attack on you and then it just gives you damage, like you're kind of in this, you have like a little heart inside of this square and you have to like dodge the bullets. Like it's like a bullet hell type of system. And if you get hit, it takes, you take damage. But then when it's your turn, if you don't want to fight, you can act by like doing like different things, like complimenting the enemy or like telling it a joke or like doing certain things, but like each enemy reacts in a certain way. So like you have to like find how to pacify that enemy or boss. And then if you can like pacify them where they don't really want to fight you anymore, you can spare them. And that's how you play like in a pacifist way. But like you can choose to kill some characters, but not others. If you think this boss is a total dick, you can kill him. Like it's up to you. And there's a special ending if you pacify everybody and spare everybody.
Yes.
And there's a special ending if you kill everybody.
There you go. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Yes. That will be the path Donnie goes down.
Yeah.
100%.
It's quite difficult. Yeah, there's no wrong way to play, but people do feel strongly about playing pacifist.
Yes. Which I didn't know was a thing until I first started. Like, oh, you're playing the wrong way. I'm like, okay.
That's a good question, Yarden. I think Haunted Chocolatier will come first.
Probably.
It'll be a couple more years for the rest of Deltarune. I have also just been playing a lot more Mario Kart World with friends. I don't get tired of it. Really? That's crazy.
I really haven't. I thought about it yesterday. I was like, I completely forgot I bought Mario Kart World.
It's so much fun. I love playing with my friends.
Nice.
It's kind of crazy that all me and the kids have Mario Kart World, and I'm the only one who I've seen play it.
Really?
Like they haven't touched it yet. Like my son's playing Cyberpunk, and I don't know what my daughter's playing.
I told Jack, I said, "Hey, go finish the cups. Like, go complete the cups." Because my wife and I went to the movies the other night. And he was like, "What am I going to do?" And I was like, "Go complete the cups of Mario Kart." I came back home. He was playing Cyberpunk. He was like, "I don't want to play Mario Kart."
Yeah, that's the thing.
100%.
That's the move I see people doing. Like, we'll play Cyberpunk.
Josh was playing Pokemon Violet, as I told you. He was enjoying the upgrades. Then he, like, for some reason got an itch for Gen 4 and tried to play Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. Got like maybe 20 minutes and then stopped playing and pulled out his analog pocket and started playing the original Platinum.
Nice.
Why does this surprise you,
A lot
Yarden?
better. Or his 3DS, not his analog pocket.
That's awesome.
Yarden, we're friends on the Switch.
No, you're
I
not
think.
friends.
I
Just
think
tell
we
the truth.
are.
Tell the truth, Rebecca. You're not friends.
No,
Yarden. She doesn't like you either.
You can join my
so
lobby
there's-
anytime. Literally anytime you see me, join my lobby. You are more than welcome.
She does not like you, Yarden.
I like you,
Get over it.
Yarden. You are welcome to join. There are secrets and things to
That's
do in
you,
free
Yarden.
room, but I don't feel like any of the rewards are like worth pulling my hair out over. Like, I'll try the challenge like a couple times, and if I can't get it, I just like give up because I'm just gonna get some ugly sticker that I'm never gonna use.
GVG pointed out there's like people are making like apps and web maps and stuff, and they're logging where all the P switches are, so they
Well,
can
they
track them
should because
themselves.
Nintendo didn't.
Because Nintendo didn't do it. So my question is, once you do them, like, are they still there? Like, if you complete a mission, does it go away like in the world, or is it you can just keep doing it over and over again?
You can keep doing it.
That is, I don't
think.
even want it.
I think it changes color. Like, it changes
It's
color.
so funny because people are like, Donnie, you really like it, and it's like I played it for an hour, and I'm like, I don't think I do though. I don't want to do this. It feels so, I don't know, non-essential, optional. You know, it's just like it's there to do it if you want, but you don't need to.
Yeah.
There's no
It doesn't really
permanence.
give anything worthwhile. Like, I wish it would like give like special cart like upgrades or special carts or something.
Like, you can even track them, right? It won't even tell you like how many you've done.
I mean, it's something to do while waiting for the course to start.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, people are just like, I have nothing wrong for you
Well,
for enjoying
mindless.
it. But yeah, I think that's what it is.
I'm
Just
not like
that.
too fussed about it, but like,
I still
not.
think it's like the perfect thing to just give a kid, like a kid that's new and maybe doesn't know how to set up lobbies and stuff, maybe new to games. Like, hey, Mario Kart, just drive around.
Yeah.
And like, you could literally just drive around and find all this stuff, and you can make your own fun. That's what it feels like to me.
yeah. I've been seeing TikToks of like the cow like set to like really sad Taylor Swift music. Did I send
Or,
you a
like,
couple
they do
of
the
those?
bumping, like where they're bumping around and back and forth. See, I'm doing it, but like all rap music.
Oh, we have different
yeah.
feeds.
Yeah.
I like it.
I've
And
got
then
the-
it like to the Taylor Swift music, and then it like just drives off the cliff, and he's smiling.
Oh no, not that I haven't. I would like to see that.
I'll send
I've
you
seen
some
like
of
in the
it.
character select where the car is like kind of bouncing,
Oh yeah, those are good.
and then you get like some rap music and stuff. It's like, oh, this is the game. This is fun right here.
Yeah, I'll send you some of the cow Taylor Swift ones. They're good.
My wife would like those.
Yeah, she would. They're very like existential. All right. Anything else before we jump into the news?
I am playing Breath of the Wild, but not nearly as much as I wanted to this week. I didn't have a lot of. Victoria's graduation party was yesterday, so like this whole week was like lead up and preparing for that. So we used my wife's boss's like fancy swaggy pool house. I had a bunch of friends and family over, and
Nice.
food and all that. So
Did she get a
We're
lot of
doing that.
monies?
I hope so. I don't know. I don't think I've actually taken count. I did test out Game Share yesterday because of the event. I
Yeah.
brought our Switches, and knowing that we would be bored, myself and Jack, and we played Clubhouse 51 games at the table via
Oh,
Game
that's
Share
fun.
on my.
That's-
It was across Switch 2 to Switch 1. He had my Switch Lite, and I was playing on my Switch, and we were playing we played poker for like 30 minutes, like just playing poker
Nice.
hands, and then we did chess, and then we did golf, and we did billiards, and that worked really well.
That's such an accessible game for non-gamers.
Oh, for sure. It's like, like we used to have those little Tiger Electronics games, a little poker game or a little Yahtzee game and stuff like that. We used to have those. That's kind of how I see Clubhouse 51 games. And it's an evergreen game. Like, that's a game you just want to have around anytime you just want to waste some time. But I was really impressed with Game Share. I wouldn't say complicated, a little clunky to like get started. But I like that in Clubhouse, like the menu, it was just added to the menu. So when you start the game, you just go to game share and like set it up and then go to the Switch and it finds you. But like it's essentially using the Wii U's technology where the Switch 2 is beaming the game wirelessly to the Switch 1. Right? It's like a stream. Like you're playing a stream, but you have your own controls. And we didn't have any. Now, obviously, we were playing on a table together, so we weren't that far away. But considering that, like, we weren't on the same Wi-Fi or connected to Wi-Fi at all, or like anything like that, like the screen sharing, casting,
That's great.
we didn't have a problem. There was no artifacting. There was no we never lost connection even for a little bit. And we played Clubhouse games for like a good hour, like a good hour and a half, maybe straight, just playing.
I should boot
game
that up
together.
again. That's so fun.
So that was the first time I got a chance to try that out. I think it's very notable that like Donkey Kong, which we'll talk about, includes Game Share. That's something that I know a lot of people are upset with the virtual game cards about not being able to play like with your significant other. It's probably a fool's hope to look at Game Share to solving that, but I'm hoping Game Share solves some of that. It would be nice if more first-party games included Game Share. Like they put the damn icon on the system, like the whole thing. It's like a system feature at this point. So in my mind, I think all first-party games should have some sort of Game Share option. I think it should just be out of the box.
Agreed.
So I was very, I put a lot of stock into when Donkey Kong was like, and you can play this mode with Game Share. I was like, that's cool. We need more of that sort of thing. Otherwise, it's going to end up like an icon that we never use. So I like that. I've also played a bunch of NBA 2K. I've been playing I'm telling you, like with Madden, if we keep getting sports games, like the Switch 2 is going to become a place where I just spend hundreds of hours playing sports games because it is very nice to kind of do that. I downloaded 2K24 and I've been playing that on my Switch. Speaking of downloading,
does
2K24,
it play good on there?
It does, yeah. Yep, it's a perfectly fine way to play NBA 2K now because like the resolution is still the same, so it's like it feels like a largely like 1080p or probably sub 1080p game. So it still looks ugly, but at least it plays in real time. Like it's not slowed down or anything. Like so everything is playing well. And then I would imagine like newer versions will look a lot better. So yeah, I've just been kind of hanging out, doing that kind of stuff. I got to get back to Breath of the Wild probably today and really dive in. I've got so many people that I've been doing. The time that I have played Breath of the Wild has just been collecting stuff for people, like just
you're like the
fulfilling
mailman.
orders, just fulfilling orders for people. That's all I'm doing at this point.
The mailman, Donnie Reach.
I think I'm gonna start I'm gonna start my new save for Breath of the Wild probably this week, so maybe I'll hit you up.
Oh,
Get on your
love
list.
it. Love to see it. Yeah, absolutely. I've got shields. I've got Aaron helping me too. We've got shields. We've got diamonds. I did discover you can dupe ancient gear. So giant ancient cores, ancient bows, ancient swords, ancient shields. I'm about to start sending people ancient gear this week. So if you just started the plateau, here's an ancient shield and ancient sword. Like go kick some ass.
There you go.
This is a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun. I can't believe that they've like just let us kind of break the game a little.
I think it's cool that they did that.
Yeah, I do too. I really do. I think it's pretty neat. That they
Going
just
back
kinda,
what you were saying last week when I wasn't here, because I listened to the episode, because I listened to the show when I'm not here, because of my ego. But I 100% agree with you about the whole. This feels like a definitive edition, and nobody's talking about it. Like the stuff they added in this
Nobody
game,
is talking about it.
it's
like
a
no one's
remaster of
mentioned
one of
it.
the
Like
greatest games ever made.
The Last of Us got remastered 1,000 times, and each time they remastered it, they got to
Talk
go
about
through a whole thing and show us this whole report on it and stuff like that.
I just don't know who to blame. Like who do like? And I don't even know if it's even worth blaming. But like, a part of me is like, is Nintendo not making a big enough deal about this? Because I kind of feel like they're not. They're like, yeah, we have an upgrade pack. It's like it's a lot more than that. Like the actual, and I also feel like perhaps there was an opportunity to actually market this as a definitive edition, and it includes the DLC and the upgrade pack. Like that should be the box copy.
Yes.
And because they're not doing that, it doesn't feel.
It
like
is a
what
choice
it is.
that they said Nintendo Switch 2 edition instead of definitive edition.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, stuff like that. But yeah, I am enjoying it still.
I think it's
quite a
great.
bit.
It looks great. It plays great. And I think it's a shame that people say that, oh, there's nothing to play on Switch too. But Super Mario Kart World, I'm like, no, you have plenty of other games there that if you haven't played on Switch, a bunch of games that weren't on Switch before.
We have some news about that. It's kind of the whole talk this week.
Let's get to that.
Not the whole talk, but a side part of the talk this week in Nintendo was about game sales. So we'll talk about that here in a minute.
Let's get to that then.
Okay.
Talk about
let's jump into the news. And the big news this week was absolutely the Donkey Kong Direct that happened a couple days ago. I wrote these notes then. I haven't seen them since. So hopefully they're not too far out of order. But I did. This is the premise of the game. So I wrote this down. This comes directly from Nintendo PR. Race to the planet core. Legend has it the planet core has the ability to grant your heart's desire. So Donkey Kong and Pauline set off on a quest to reach it. Pauline hopes she'll be able to that her wish will be able to return her to the surface, while Donkey Kong plans to ask it for more bananas. Unfortunately, they aren't the only ones seeking the planet core, as the Void Company is also racing there for their own nefarious purposes.
Sons of bitches.
So
I
that's the
don't
pitch.
like how the villains look. They kind of are giving Mario Odyssey villains, and I thought they were very stupid and not memorable.
Oh.
I
Really bad guys.
didn't give that really any thought.
So they're dumb faces.
No comment. I like Grumpy Kong. I think it's just neat. It's a neat name, but I don't even remember what they look like. To your point, I don't even remember what they look like. Yeah. They just looked like Mario villains. I was like, yep, those are the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
Jules brings a good point. Says this breaks the Mario lore.
How?
I don't know.
Isn't it in
Go ahead.
Well, that was with Cranky Kong, though.
I've seen a lot of people talking about Donkey Kong lore, and while I respect it and laugh at the craziness that it is, it's completely irrelevant and non-canon and doesn't matter. So, I'm not gonna. But I like the people that are trying to stick to it. They're like, nah, this is it. I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't think that's how they do this at all.
Yes, because in lore, the Donkey Kong we following now is actually Donkey Kong Jr. If I remember correctly, right?
I don't know, dude. I think
If I remember
Donkey Kong
correctly,
Jr.
yes.
got, I don't know, captured or was enslaved or something. I don't know.
Whoa!
It's dark. It's dark. It's dark.
I think.
Have you
Cranky
never dove
Kong-
down that hole? It's a dark hole, the Donkey Kong lore. Yeah.
Why do we have Donkey Kong lore? Why
because
is there
people
a
are trying to make it up?
timeline?
But yeah,
Because
Why?
you have to explain why Donkey Kong was the bad guy in the first game,
right.
and now it's the good guy.
Correct.
Well, maybe he wasn't a bad guy. Anyone ever think of that?
He was kidnapping a woman.
Well, listen, if he is a father figure for Pauline in this one, maybe he's just trying to rescue his daughter from someone kidnapping him. Ever think of that?
Look here.
Yeah,
I'm not
Delvin.
going there. I'm
Yeah,
not
Delvin.
going there.
You ever think of that?
I'm not going there.
I do love. I saw memes already popping up of this being like Nintendo's sad dad game. It's like other sad dad games, like Joel and Ellie, like in
Wait,
the world.
did you see that?
And then this is
that
Nintendo's
box art?
dad game. It's like they're all having a great time together. I was like, that's awesome. That's
Well,
really
I
fun.
think it would be a little bit weird to see Donkey Kong as lusting after Pauline in other games now if this is he raised her since she was a preteen.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes.
I think this is a reboot. Is how I would take it.
Yes.
Yeah. And then based off we'll get into it. Hang on. Let's save that. Donkey Kong Bananza is a new 3D platforming game that lets Donkey Kong punch, grab, toss, climb, smash, flex, explores the depths in this wild action and adventure. I wrote down some notes. So there's a sonar ability to find treasure. Donkey Kong can double jump using the rocks. It's a very Cappy-like animation. If anybody else didn't catch that, you kind of throw the rock and then jump off it, just like you did with Mario. There are cameos for Cranky Kong, Dixie, and Diddy. We saw them. There are boss fights and side-scrolling Donkey Kong challenge courses, which is pretty cool. Already talked about the Void Company, which consists of Grumpy Kong, Poppy Kong, and Void Kong. There's a skill tree. You learn skill points to upgrade your health and your abilities along the way. And then there's a collectathon. Tons of different bananium and gems and gold and things to collect.
Can I say something?
There's fast travel.
Sure.
watching this direct, I felt very overwhelmed with the
100%.
amount of content.
Oh yeah.
They kept going. They were like, and another thing, and another thing. Oh, and by the way, you can also do this. And there's a photo mode, and there's a art mode, and there's a music mode, and there's an everything. I felt overwhelmed by the number of things you can do in this game. This is not like a little side project. This is like a major game.
100%.
For what I've seen of it, seems like a big game, and I'm excited for it, honestly.
As we've already alluded to in our readings and talks, it's a companion game with Pauline tagging alongside Donkey Kong. This was a surprise for many, I assume, based off the reaction. BMox in our chat, I'll definitely shout out, but he was not the only one. There were a lot of people online that were like, "Wait a minute, they could have left that into game either to discover." A lot of people seem to be maybe upset that Nintendo showcased that.
Wait, but it was leaked. We knew it.
Yeah, I thought that. Like when it started to pop up, when BMox brought it up, I was wondering. I was like, am I the only one? Like we've known that. That leaked ahead of time, like months ago. But I guess for others, they were finding out. So, yeah, you're gonna be palling around with Pauline, and she adds her own, spin to the thing. There are Bananza transformations through collecting gold and turning them into Bananergy. Where Donkey Kong can be like a Super Kong or a zebra or an ostrich, and you get different abilities while you do that. Like while Pauline sings, he turns into these things, and you can overcome obstacles with them. The game supports co-op play, either local with a second controller, or like I said, through Game Share, where the second player can play as Pauline.
Wait,
DK Artist.
Do not fail to mention that you can game share this game to a Nintendo Switch 1 console.
Switch 1, correct.
That's crazy.
That's just Game Share. That's how that works. But yes.
Yeah, but that's just so cool that you can do. Like, well, you mentioned it with Clubhouse Games, but that game was on the Switch 1. I was not expecting
Good point.
Switch 2 exclusive games to be able to do that.
Yeah, but it's just wireless streaming. So like technically you could do it with anything.
I know that you can technology-wise, but I didn't know that you could because Nintendo would allow it, is what I'm saying.
Gotcha. No, it's a good point to point out the difference. Also, for all those people that out there, like, do I still want to keep my old Switch? Or like maybe you've got kids and you have multiple Switches. There's still a reason to have an old Switch, especially with Game Share. You can still play those games using your original Switch. Yeah. If you're going to play together. So.
Yeah, that's good because then that means you don't have to upgrade to a Switch 2 just yet.
Or at least not all of them. You don't have to have two or three of them right away.
As long as you have one.
Yeah.
As long as you have one, you're good.
Yep. DK Artist, something Rebecca talked about, is this Mario 64 kind of paint sculpt mode where you get like a picture or clay and you can kind of like chisel out of it and like kind of paint, kind of Mario paint look.
The second they showed that, me and Josh looked at each other and said there's going to be so many sculpted penises.
Dicks. Yeah. Anytime you ever allow users to create anything, just imagine dicks.
That's the first thing they create.
It really is. And it's something that we share across race, across genders. It's just a human thing. We all do it.
It unites us together.
It really does. Brings the whole world together. I don't know why, but it is.
You can go across the globe.
And it dates back like centuries. Like
Mesopotamian times.
Since we were able to draw.
The ancient Greeks.
Yep.
So, a big announcement, a big part of this announcement was Amiibo. Not just that they were announcing Amiibo, which they did. There's a new Donkey Kong and Pauline Amiibo, which you can buy. And it's out for pre-order now, and it's launched next to the game. But the game not only supports that Amiibo, which unlocks these giant Kong gold letters that you can use to blow stuff up with. The game supports all Amiibo, and you can use them for various power-ups and stuff throughout the game. Like every Amiibo you have.
I really want the costume that's unlocked for Pauline with the Donkey Kong Amiibo. It's so cute.
I was not expecting I was never expecting Nintendo to have like an Amiibo support part of a game anytime. Well,
that just means that they're still on board with the Amiibo. My question is, why didn't we get an Echoes of Wisdom Zelda Amiibo?
Good point. I would have liked.
I'm so upset about that.
I would have bought one of those for sure. So I bought the Donkey Kong Amiibo. I had some sticker shock. I'm not gonna lie to you. I definitely did. I'm not sure if you guys pre-ordered your own. They're $30.
I'm not getting one.
It's $30. I was like, you've got to be out of your damn mind.
Yeah.
That's crazy. For an amiibo, that's half the game.
That's why I didn't get the new Zelda amiibo. They're so expensive now.
Oh.
They're very
So
expensive.
I'm very lucky that I got Father's Day gift card. I use that. So it was very easy for me to just swap it out. It was free. But that said, if it wasn't free, I would not have bought one. I'm not buying a $30 amiibo. Like that's crazy to me. But luckily for me, it was right around Father's Day. And so that was the Donkey Kong Direct, kind of in a nutshell, at least what the notes that I wrote. My big takeaway was this was the showing that I felt like this game needed, especially after the hands-on demos leading up to the Switch 2's launch. I don't think those demos or the reactions, the reception out of those demos painted that game in a favorable light at all. A lot of people were talking about the frame rate. People were talking about the camera. The demo itself was also like very locked down. You couldn't explore much. A lot of people thought it was a small game, you know. And coming out of those reactions, there was a time even on our show, like when I was listening to those people talk about it, I was like, maybe there are two games. Like maybe this is the small game, and maybe there's a bigger Mario game. This trailer was exactly what people needed to see, because it was like, no, this is the Mario Odyssey team doing what they do, making big giant worlds for you to explore and find and you know, compete and beat, and people are over the moon excited for Donkey Kong now.
This definitely got me on board as someone who is not like a huge Donkey Kong fan. Like this got me on board for the game for sure.
Nice.
And I feel like
that.
this is a better marketing for this game than was for Mario Kart. I feel like the marketing for Mario Kart, like the trailer and the direct and stuff that they showed us for that, were like not good. But this was a really good direct.
I thought the trailers were good. I guess as you were saying that, my thought was, did they have to market Mario Kart? For most people, it's included in the box.
True, but like I feel like still people just don't, like, non-Switch 2 owners don't really have a good understanding of Mario Kart World.
There is
like,
a sense
they still look at it and think like there's not a lot of cops or choruses.
Sure.
There's, you know, they have a misunderstanding of what the open world for it is.
There is a sense that it's Mario Kart and it will just Mario Kart. I do get that. It's just like, yeah, it'll sell, you know. But that was the big takeaways. I saw a lot of people that were like, I was either on the fence or I wasn't planning on getting it, and I'm pre-ordering right now. Like, people are over the moon now. And I'm seeing before this, there was a lot of people like, yeah, Donkey Kong's coming out, but like, where is 3D Mario? I'm seeing those people being like, this is 3D Mario. It's like, yeah, they're like, this is it. It's not Mario, but like, this is the game you're looking for, and this is the one. So, right on time, right? Switch comes out, kind of cools down, and Nintendo hits you with that next dose. So
I'm excited for it. Looks great.
Oh yeah, I'm all in. Rebecca, this week I bought a bunch of Switch accessories. I sold my Steam Deck. I bought a bag. I got one of your bags. I was going to get the Donkey Kong.
But you sold your Steam Deck?
I did. Yeah,
That was going to happen. That was
probably. I haven't touched it since Switch.
Once they said Switch 2's coming, he's like, nah,
100%.
this shit's gone.
100%.
It's out of here. I knew that was coming.
I was gonna get the Donkey Kong bag. That was the one I had in the cart, and then I found, as I was just before I left, I just scrolled the store, and then I saw an image for the bag that I got, and I'm gonna wait for it to come and I'll show it to you. But
okay.
But Donkey Kong, I was like, I felt buyer's remorse after the direct. I was like, oh, I should have got the Donkey Kong one. But when I came across this other one, I was like, oh no, but that's the one though.
It'll be worth the wait. It takes a couple weeks, but it'll be worth it.
I'm sure. I also I'm excited that I bought one of these Etsy sellers. They make grips for like the Steam Decks and the ROG Allies and stuff like that. They have a listing for grips for the Switch Joy-Con. The Switch Joy-Con. So they snap on the sides and you can essentially hold it, you know, like an actual controller. So I'm very excited to see if those grips arrive and how they are, because one thing, I wouldn't put it in the show because it's not news, but if you are out there and have looking in or thinking about buying that D-brand kill switch, like, Google some stuff, because I too am out here looking for grips and things. Like, I like the grip that I got, the Neo grip. It serves its purpose, but I would prefer to have a grip that I could like detach the Joy-Cons from. So if I'm taking the Joy-Cons on and off, I don't have to undo the grip and everything. D-brand is one of the few grips that does that. They have some issues being reported online. Have either of you seen this?
I have not seen that.
Do you have any idea about the D-Brand case at all that I'm speaking?
I don't like
I do.
D-Brand anymore. I'm very upset with them, so I will never buy from them ever again.
Well, then you'll probably enjoy this story because they have a kill switch thing for the Switch 2, and it's like a case and everything. You put it on, and apparently one of their design flaws, and I'm sure it's not everybody, but I've seen it enough on Reddit that it's not a few. Their case does something with the magnets to where if you have the case on, let's say you hold the Switch with one hand, let's say you like go to scratch your favorite, this Joy-Con comes off and your Switch will just drop. It just detaches. It's just like zip. Like that's a huge design flaw.
That's bad.
So I knew we had several people interested in that. And we have Riley in the chat, I think. He said his dock doesn't work because the case doesn't fit. They have like a sleeve that you put over your dock to still dock, and he's like it doesn't work for him. So
I manifest for D-Brand's downfall.
Damn.
It's working. Your witch stuff is working if you're putting on.
You pray for this day, apparently.
Thank you.
So yeah, I got some accessories. I'm excited to see them come in. I've been doing the Etsy thing here. I got a sticker for the dock. I got a dock sticker.
Oh, I like those. Yeah.
I'm still thinking about getting a slide on. The dock sticker is cool because old Shack listeners, like DK Magpie Shack listeners might remember, my first Switch 1 dock sticker I got was a Smash Brothers dock. So it looked like, you remember the Smash Brothers had a dock, a system. Mm-hmm. And on the dock, they had like a black and white grayscale of the characters.
Yes.
Somebody on Etsy did that.
Wait, I saw that one
color.
Yes, I saw that for the Switch 2.
So that was my Switch dock for like 2 years. Like when the thing launched, that was my original Switch dock. And then I saw one for the Switch 2 and I was like, well, that's cool. Let me just get that.
And
again.
it looks exactly like the official one.
Yeah, it looks
but
the
like
same.
better. Yeah, I have one for my Switch 1 dock. Maybe I will get one for my Switch 2 dock. I don't know. I've been stalking on Etsy these Joy-Con like sleeves, like silicone sleeves that you put over it.
That's a good
and
idea.
I've been stalking this girl's shop, waiting for her to put up the design that I want. She's like slowly putting all of her Switch 1 Joy-Con designs to the Switch 2, and I like refresh every single hour of the day waiting for the one that I want. And it's taking forever, but it will be worth
thought we'd have more accessories now, considering like the molds and stuff and how long ago they leaked.
Yeah.
Like we really don't have much third-party support, and like I am refreshing. I'm like, where are the extra stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Like, where is the stuff? Like I'm willing to buy, but there's just nobody there right now. So
I feel like there's a lot of people talking about making third-party stuff too, and it's not here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even Satisfy, like they've had the mold forever, and they're on back order. Like they should be shipping out soon. I think July, August, but they're not at launch. So. Yeah. Any final words, final thoughts on Donkey Kong? I mean, I'm all in. I got
yes, actually. When we watched the trailer, the direct, I tried to insist that Pauline looked like she was like 6 or 7 years old. Josh was like, no, she's definitely
like
older than
something.
that. Yeah, then they came out and said she's 13. That girl does not look 13. She's so teeny tiny, and Pauline is so tall.
That's because he's big. He's a big, giant
She's
Donkey
so teeny
Kong.
tiny.
That's what
Anyway,
you'd look like next to a...
Yeah.
I thought she
No?
was tinier.
Hmm.
Like I thought
like
she was
that.
little, like young. She looks like 7 to me. But then she had like kind of like an older voice, and I'm like, they should have picked a child voice actor for her. But now I guess if she's 13, that makes sense.
The direct definitely opened up with like that song and stuff, and I was like, this is... So my experience watching the direct, I had low expectations. Going into the direct, I was like, they're going to show us how to play the game. Like I felt like I knew exactly. I was like, I've seen this direct. They're just going to show us how to play the game, and that was like my biggest worry. So they open up with this song, and I was like, oh shit, it's something else. Here we go. And then they immediately go from the song to the, here's how Donkey Kong Punch. I was like, no, stop with this, Nintendo. But it got better. It definitely got better. But they definitely they always do. They spend so long. They're like, and he can jump. Like, no shit.
Press this button to jump.
Always. They always do this.
Yeah.
I am very hopeful that Donkey Kong is a hit, and then this just becomes Donkey Kong for the next 10 years. Like that's kind of what I would really like to see.
How
out of
long
this.
do you think this game was in development for?
I have no idea. It's a good question. Based on everything we saw, I would say at least 3 or 4 years at the
I would
least.
say
Yeah.
3 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't think if you had any hope that 3D Mario game was around, I don't think so.
Yeah.
It might be a minute, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that either. Like, what if they alternated 3D Mario and Donkey Kong? It's like there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I like that they're bringing us more stuff. Do some more with these
Unless they
franchises they got.
split out a team or something. But if they did, I mean, they're doing a lot with this game. When we saw the first hands-on demo, I thought maybe it was a smaller game because of the file size. Like, the file size is, like, really light. But then after everything you saw, I mean, I don't know. I think this is going to be a pretty healthy game. At least 10 or 15-hour campaign, and then probably the collectathon's probably a lot longer than that, just like Odyssey. I'm expecting an Odyssey-like package here, so it's going to be a minute.
I think so too. There's just so much to do. It was overwhelming. Like half of that stuff I'm never gonna do.
I love the Wreck-It Ralph, destruction everything. Like, that's such a cool gimmick for Donkey Kong. Like, I'd like to see that stick around. Especially if this is a success. If this is like 10 or 12 million units, like that's going to be a big deal for Donkey Kong, right? Like Tropical Freeze and stuff never really pushed numbers a whole lot, I think. Maybe I have that wrong. Not that it was bad. I think it sold well, but it was never like, it wasn't like one of those Switch 1 breakouts that was like, boom, it's on the scene. This could be that though. Like, I feel like if you're a Switch 2 owner, you probably need this game, like everybody. It's like an attach rate game. Everybody needs this one. So, but we'll see. Maybe people just don't like Donkey Kong. I don't know. I love Donkey Kong.
I never did until.
Yeah, I think for some people they just don't like Donkey Kong. Let's see here. 4 million units.
That's,
Wii U,
yeah.
and then-
That's
For
okay.
Nintendo, that's not a lot.
Yeah, no, it's not.
For anyone else, it is.
I think it was in 2018, so it's probably a little longer than that. It doesn't matter. Okay, moving on. A bunch of like Switch 2, like kind of like patch stuff. I gotta tell you, some of these games have been updated. Some of these games are just better because Nintendo released a new update. I don't know which ones are which. I tried, but I think they're all kind of being reported together, so it's a little difficult. But a Switch 2 patch came out this week. If you didn't notice, you have to update the firmware on your system and everything. And post that firmware, a lot of people are like, our games are fixed now. Like, most notably, limited run games in the Carbon engine. When Switch 2 launched, any games that were made in the Carbon engine, close to home for me, the Clock Tower, but any of their other Carbon engine games, they weren't working. They weren't booting. The animations were breaking. Like, they were all kinds of messed up. Limited run said they communicated that to Nintendo, and here comes the patch, and there you go. All of their games are fixed. All but one. If you bought the Gex trilogy, that's still not working. Limited Run knows. They've pulled it from the eShop. They all have to patch it, and they'll re-release it. So if you're waiting for Gex, you have to wait a little bit longer.
Bad news for Josh.
Well,
Yeah.
The first mistake is buying the Gex
Buying
trilogy.
Gex.
Yeah.
The Gex
That's where you-
trilogy.
That's where your first mistake started at.
So Animal Crossing New Horizons got patched, and it helped fix like some online issues. Smash Brothers, their Mii Fighter was causing online issues. That's been fixed. But now, post the Switch patch, Pikmin 3 Bingo Battle now works. It wasn't working before.
Bingo Battle! That is my favorite part about Pikmin, Bingo Battle.
Well, it's back. Back
It's
and
working.
better than ever. Crash 4 runs better. Crash Team Racing runs better. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, that was one of the games that was having issues at Switch 2 at launch. That's been fixed, so that's working now. Switch Sports online issues have been fixed. GVG, all of your friends over there, Rebecca, I just want to shout out. They're doing great work. I've loved this channel.
I love them.
John
Good
is
people.
killing it with the back compat. Like, every week, he has a new back compat test. And the reason I shout him out is that with every patch, he's revisiting the tests to see if they're better now. So he's tracking the progress as it's progressing versus just this game is good, which is
Good
very
people
valuable.
over there. Love them.
So Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle, 60 FPS. Stable, locked, play it the whole time. Cruisin' Blast, locked, 60 FPS. Peach's Showtime is now stable and locked at 30 FPS. I'm not sure if you guys remember in the demo or if you have the game. That game suffered from like load-in stutter like really bad.
Yes,
If you went to like a new level or anything, the whole game would like slow down. So all that's been fixed. Pokemon Let's Go is now stable at 30, and John was quick to shout out, especially in handheld mode. That game kind of tanked in handheld mode. Runs better now. Mario Luigi Brothership, not fixed, but better. Like still not super great, but runs better now. It's more stable. There's less frame pacing issues. No More Heroes 3 on Switch 2 runs smoothly. So the limiter games are fixed. Like the back compat continues to deliver on Switch 2 in various different ways, either through upgrade packs or just for brute strength running your old games better. Like I am enjoying with things like Wolfenstein and NBA 2K. They just play good now. Still look bad, but at least play good. So, and funny part, I think I can totally overlook the look bad part more than the play bad part.
Yeah.
I'm totally down to play a 720 game if it plays well. But play it at 60 and I'll play it. I'll play the ugly game. That's fine. I just want it to play well. So like that was a game I didn't shout out. I've been playing Wolfenstein 2 this week because finally, after 8 years, it plays well on Switch. Like you can actually play it.
That's huge.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The side conversation this week for Nintendo definitely came from a report from Christopher Dring at a blog he calls The Game Business.
I think I fought with him on Twitter once.
Yeah, you probably have. So I'll talk about Chris
I don't
Dring
remember
in a minute.
about what, but I remember fighting with
that
him.
definitely makes sense because I saw this. All right, so here's the report. Let's just break this down one at a time. The report that he came out with was essentially saying that third-party games are not selling very well on Switch 2. Okay, that's the report. He's got lots of different reasons. I'll read you a couple of his supporting points. 62% of Nintendo Switch 2 physical sales in the U.S. were from first party, and that's not counting the Mario Kart World Bundle. So excluding the Mario Kart World Bundle, 62% of physical sales were still first party games. By comparison, for Switch 1, 89% of UK's physical game sales were from first party games, and then he shouts out that Cyberpunk was the best selling third party game during the launch of the Switch 2. All right, so he makes this report. The thing that I sat back and witnessed, and actually I don't think here we go. Hang on, let me read this. His whole argument, or it's not even an argument, his whole reporting, if we call this factual, the whole reporting is supported by this quote, and this is the quote that's going around. Chris String writes, one third-party publisher characterized the numbers as below our lowest estimates, despite strong hardware sales.
Ouch.
That's the quote.
Okay.
That quote has been radiating around the gaming media. Like every blog, day after day, every blog has its own version of this. And it's all being attributed to that quote. This got our Discord going. I'm not sure if you saw Delvin, I believe your son brought it. And like our Discord had a whole day long chat about this, going back and forth. And that's essentially what's been happening online. People are going back and forth, making videos, making posts about whether or not this is true and whether or not like how much it matters. And that's been kind of like a side story for Nintendo Switch 2 this past week. Matt Piscatella, who does a lot of like MPD and Circana reporting,
good guy.
He did have tweets, and he said third-party share of Switch 2 software in the U.S. is far better than it was during Switch 1, and the third-party unit sale of Switch 2 physical software during week 1 was just shy of 40%, and during Switch 1 it was 20%. Okay. So there's a lot of things here. One, the Switch 1's launch third-party games were awful.
Yeah, I'm
like by comparison,
that. I'm, like,
that's not
thinking about
really
what was Switch 1. That is not
it's like I Am Setsuna and Bomberman. You know, like it's not Street Fighter 6
what
and
a
Cyberpunk.
horrible comparison.
Yeah, like that. So I say that to just, if I think we can all agree, like let's just omit that. Like, let's just put that to the side. Like I don't think that's really saying a whole lot. I want to talk more about Chris String's report. So Rebecca, you said I think I've like argued with him online before.
I cannot remember what. I kind of want to go back and look to see what it was.
So I have some bias here because somebody who pulls these news articles a lot.
Going on Twitter. X.
If you just Google Chris Dring or go to Reddit and type in his name and Nintendo, you'll see that this is a common practice of his, that he often reports. I won't say misleading. I will say critical. He's very critical of Nintendo, and
what's his username?
Often. I don't know. I don't remember. So I think that's valid. Also, his territory and where he's from. He's run the GameIndustry.biz outlet for a long time before he was let go. It's European. He has a European slant on everything Nintendo. And for those of you that follow like news and how that works, you probably already know what that means. Like a very critical, non-welcoming kind of approach to Nintendo.
Yes.
So that just being said, that's the source. I'm not trying to discredit Chris String. I think he's an excellent reporter. He is factual. He does base his stuff off numbers. He's been right a lot. He's very good. So I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he has kind of a bias, and it shows in his reporting. What I do want to question is his source. I'm shocked at how much coverage this one blog post got from an unnamed, uncredited source with no numbers.
Yes.
Like there's zero supporting information here other than one person at a third-party publisher. We don't even know that is a QA. Is it the person that runs the company? We have no idea what that one person is. Just one person at a third-party publisher said the numbers are below our lowest estimates.
And what game is it? I think that
100%. What are we?
That matters a lot.
Are we talking about the Bravely Default team? Is this Square? Like, is it Square not being happy with any numbers? Like, that's a thing. There's just a lot to question here. And again, not saying it's wrong, just saying we deserve more information, more factual support before every media company under the sun reports Switch 2 third party is upset they're not selling well. Because if you follow the news, it seemed like Street Fighter sold pretty well. Because right after launch, Capcom was like, we've sold over 5 million units of Street Fighter now, like boosted by the Switch 2. Cyberpunk, or CD Projekt Red has talked about, we're selling. So,
yeah,
I don't know. Like, there's just enough here. There's not enough information to really draw a conclusion. I also think it's probably too early to draw a conclusion. But I honestly, let's say it is correct. I think there's a lot of valid reasons that it could be true. None of which, I didn't write this down, but I definitely want to throw this out here because it's not just Christopher Dring. This is kind of all of that media.
I found it, by the way.
I want to shout this out. He said that potential reason the third-party sales are short is because media didn't get review copies. And of course, they all said that. Like, VGC had an article about that. IGN, like, it's very self-gratifying. Like, well, you know, if they had sent us a Switch 2, maybe these games would have sold. It's like, you guys think way too much of yourselves. Nobody
way too high of yourself.
Not to mention these games have already been out. Do we need a review of Street Fighter?
As somebody who has written articles and reviews and news and guides, no. I dug up what I fought with him about February 9th, 2023. He goes, I think it's time Nintendo killed the Direct and changes how it announces games. And I fought with him about that.
Yeah, he has.
He goes, the very nature of them requires of me to sit through reams and reams of games that aren't really for me before getting the one or two products that do suit my tastes.
Listen here, Chris. We don't care. We don't care.
Everyone ripped him up for that.
My reply to your son, Delvin, was, hey, I wasn't trying to tell people like what or what not to follow. It's just like, consider the source before you share the headline. Go look it up. Go look it up for yourself.
Can we
all you need to do is type his name in,
like even beyond video games?
100%.
Like the number of it's too much. It's way too much.
So yeah, a single unconfirmed report from a single studio. I would like to see sales numbers from across studios.
Yeah. And plus context matters. I'll give a good example. Let's say the studio's Hogwarts Legacy. Not saying it is, but if it is, Hogwarts is already on Switch. So people are just probably not buying it because they already have a Switch copy of it. That's good context to it. You know, there's context, little detail that you don't really want to add into it that you can just say, oh, they're not selling well because, well, it's already on Switch. There could be other factors into it. Well, maybe people didn't want your game in the first place.
So again, if it's true, and it might be,
if it's true,
he is a good reporter. So
and I think it is true because every good reporter does make sure they make sure the facts are correct.
My immediate question is that true in the UK? Does that mean it's true across the board? Because here's the other thing. the Switch is selling out like gangbusters. It's sold more units in a week in Japan than any system ever. It's been the US's largest launch ever. So like that's my second question is he reporting just from the UK? Is it just here in Europe the games aren't selling as well for third party? And it's like, okay, well maybe that's a regional thing.
Yes.
He reported as a blanket statement. Everyone else kind of ran with it. The other thing, and it's not just him. I know we're kind of piling on him, and I kind of want to, but I also want to be fair, and I don't want to. Like, I have a bias against this person. I'm going to own that. But all the other outlets that corroborate, like, they didn't do any in corroborating investigation. They didn't ask anyone. They all just said, well, he said, so now we said. It's like,
There's so
don't
much
you
of
all
that.
have
It's so
contacts?
bad.
Ask
They're
someone.
so bad.
Just ask. Just call media PR and be like, are your games selling terrible too? And they're like, no. Okay, now we have a counter report. But they didn't do that. None of them did that. They just said, well, Chris Dring said this, so now we are also saying the same thing. We have the same article with the same headline. Okay, if it is true, I think there's a lot of reasons. A lot of reasons you can point to. Games are more expensive. The system's more expensive. The place and time we are in the world. Game key cards. There's been a lot of reasons why people have made points to things. And what I told your son, I'm really I feel like I'm having a conversation with you just about your son at the moment.
That's
what
fine.
I told
Everybody
him
does.
was, I think all of those things are probably a factor. It's not one thing. Right? For every individual customer, there are probably different things. There probably are people like me that value physical games that aren't buying game key cards. That's probably a part of it. There's probably a lot of people it's like, dude, Mario Kart cost me $90 and now I don't want to buy another game. That's also a part of it. You know, here's another thing that I think might be a part of it. We have games like Cyberpunk and Street Fighter. They're probably selling well to the tune that like a game like Rune Factory or Bravely Default, maybe it is selling soft because I kind of think there is kind of like a gap. There's tiers to this tier launch game that, and we have a few games that aren't in that launch game. I think Puyo Puyo Tetris. Like, is this publisher from Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, the game that's been released 20 times over? Yeah, maybe that's not selling so well. I could see that. That's probably true. I don't know if that means the whole thing is whack. I would only point to the Switch. The Switch sold a lot of software, a ton. So I don't think that buying habit's going to change, personally. But there was a lot of conversation about this week. Everybody had an opinion on it. So,
yeah, I think it's a non-story.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to dismiss it. I just want I just want support. Just support it. Like, again, I feel like I'm harping on it too hard now. I'm going to beat this dead horse one more time. This is an anonymous, single individual source from one publisher. We don't even know if
correct.
To extrapolate an entire trend across the market from that report is a wild logic.
And
but that's exactly what they did.
Because it's one developer.
Right. It's like, I think you need real numbers. Like, you need something before you say that. Yeah. So
it'd be different if it was like it's CD Projekt Red comes out and says like, oh, it's not selling.
Cyberpunk was a flop.
Yeah. Then there's a conversation to be had. But
yeah, like that's what I'm kind of saying. It's like I just don't feel like the support for the premise is there. Not saying it's wrong. It could be totally true. We need more information.
Yeah.
So anyway, soapbox ended. That's enough about Christopher Dring. Just check your sources. He's a good reporter, but dude he reminds me like Schreier, for example. Jason Schreier is probably the best in the business, especially having internal sources. Jason Schreier absolutely has an axe to grind with the way games are made. Like unions and people, like all of his opinions are definitely slanted that way, for sure. Like he has a bias. Christopher Dring does too. And his bias is definitely, I think he has a bias against people that love Nintendo.
Yeah, and that's fine, you know.
That is fine. Like, yeah, exactly. That is totally fine. Like, he speaks for those other people that also think that we just lap up whatever Nintendo sells us. And sometimes they're true. Like, they are right. I am going to buy Kirby. Like, 100%. So, a few more headlines before we get into questions. Shares for Nintendo are up 46% year over year. They've added roughly $39 billion to the stock value as they launch into Switch 2. So the shares are going up. Nintendo's making
somebody got rich.
Yep.
Or richer.
an ad was spotted for Metroid Prime 4 in a London subway tunnel, stating the game was out now.
I saw that.
Yeah, it's a kind of a viral headline. Obviously, the game is not out now. This was a marketing, I think, mistake. Is like basically how I chalked it up. At first, I thought maybe it was like a doctored photo, like a meme or something.
I thought that too.
But people contacted Nintendo, and Nintendo was like, "No, it's just a mistake." So nothing to see here. I saw some people when it first happened. People were like, "It's about to be shadow dropped," and I was like, "I don't think they're going to do that with Metroid."
Not even a little bit.
No, I do wonder when Metroid is. Rebecca and I talked about last week. Like, I may assume Metroid is like the big fall game that will have like a direct, and they'll pencil it in here somewhere.
When I saw that, that's immediately what I thought. Oh, this come out this fall probably.
Because we'll have the Splatoon spin-off, we'll have the Warrior, the Breath of the Wild Warriors game, we'll have Pokemon, and then Metroid Prime, and that'll be somewhere between like September and January.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought they already had the marketing material already, and they just put it out by mistake. Yeah. But that happens a lot. Usually companies get those things months in advance.
Yeah. There are reports for more users. So we talked about this when the Switch launched. There were like these early reports that if you try to like hack the Switch, it could brick it. I don't know if they're true or false. Like I said, I've never seen a video showing me that that's how that happens.
I wouldn't want to be the one to try it to show it all.
100%. I wouldn't want to be doing that either.
Nope.
However, there are a lot of people out there that have those MIG Switch cartridges that let you dump games and load them. And those people are reporting that their systems are being knocked offline. That Nintendo has a way of verifying that you're using the MIG switch, and if you keep using it, they will deactivate your console. And I've seen, I want to say at least 10 reports of this happening, so I'm going to say this one's true. I think this is legit. So if you have one of those MIG switches, I don't know, go offline or something. Like, I don't know what to do. Just be careful. I don't want anybody to... I don't care if you have it. That's not the problem, but I don't want you to, your Switch to get banned. So
yeah, just use it for your Switch.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of how I've always handled like hardware modification. I don't care if you do crimes and stuff. I've never done it like on my active console. It's always been kind of after the fact.
Use it for the previous console.
Just can't afford for it to be bricked.
Yeah.
Right. And then the rumor this week, a popular one, this comes from Korean outlet Play Forum, that Stellar Blade from Shift Up is on its way. Is in the port process to Nintendo Switch 2. Shift Up gifted all of the developers in their studio Switch 2 this last week. So Stellar Blade might be on the way to Switch 2 at some point.
Wait, this maybe is not Nintendo. I heard this isn't the Lies of P developer. I heard that developer, they rewarded their developers.
Yeah, I think Dev shared that too.
Yeah, by
this would be different.
giving them like bonuses and like a Switch 2 and like all this stuff. I was like, that should be the norm if your game does well. Like, I feel like there's a lot of studios that just like,
here's a Switch 2.
You're fired. Yeah, but like this is for practice. Yeah. Very good
that's
practice.
True. Yep. So that's the news this week.
Stellar Blade's gonna be good on Switch 2. It's a good game to bring to Switch.
Yeah, I'm not gonna buy it, but like I was really into it, and then I started playing it. I don't like playing it as much, but it is a very good game. I give it that. It's a good game.
Lies of P2 as well. I think they both will do well on Switch.
They put Stellar Blade on PC, and it's performing really, really well. It's one of PlayStation Publish's best PC games.
Yeah.
So
that's a game that feels like it should be multi-platform. So yeah, it's good to see.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I want Kenna.
That's
Kenna
a good
on
one
Switch
too.
That's
a
what
good
I want.
one.
That would do well on Switch, I think.
I love that game. So bring it over.
I like the Lies of P a lot, by the way. Lies of P.
Yarn says, I'm going to buy 2 copies to make up for Donnie not buying it. Hey, the power of that ass. She brings people to the yard for sure.
Stellar Blade?
Stellar Blade, yeah. Her milkshake brings people to the yard for sure.
Apparently so. Even brought Deb to the yard.
It's just not what it's not what I thought it was going to be.
You were thinking Bayonetta.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah.
And it's not Bayonetta.
No, it's not. It's closer to a Souls game than that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Are we ready for questions?
Take it away.
Let's go.
Starting with Mathman wants to know, what had been your most surprising in a positive way thing about the Switch 2? He says, I just wanted to say how much I've been enjoying Welcome Tour. It's amazing all the tech they packed into the system, Rumble making sounds, spot on mouse controls. This would have made a great coffee table book. That's so true.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, good point.
That did also surprise me in a positive way. I went from hell no, I ain't buying this trash piece of shovelware ass boring stupid game that should have been a packing game to I bought it and I'll probably never finish it. I haven't even touched it in the past week, but it did pleasantly surprise me how much content there was and how cool it kind of was. I don't really like the format that you got to go through each system one at a time. I wish you could jump around freely. But it did surprise me. I don't know if it's my most surprising in a positive way. Let me keep thinking.
I'll go. My most surprising thing so far is how Switch 2 has, we knew it was going to happen, has just up-res Switch 1 games and made them just look a lot better and play a lot better.
Back compat is a positive.
Yeah,
even for the
time.
games that aren't upgraded, like how many are just better, like in marketable ways.
Yeah, because my son brought to my attention one of my favorite games of all time. Ni no Kuni plays really well on Switch 2. And they I think they did some modifications for the sequel on Switch 2. And both of those games are on sale, by the way. So you can get them right now for cheap.
I think I have that game.
But yeah.
I say New Star Grand Prix. I've shouted out Wolfenstein. The WWE games like Battlegrounds. A lot of sports games. Like they just
work.
Generally, Switch 2 plays every Switch 1 game, almost every Switch 1 game, as well as it can currently be played.
Yes.
Which is whether great. That locks at 30 or 60 or up-reses or dynamic res, whatever it is, the Switch 2 is basically playing them as best as they can currently be played.
Which makes you kind of want to go to your back catalog and look at games that didn't run well. Maybe it runs well now. Maybe I should try it now.
That's how I stumbled across Wolfenstein. I've just been doing that. I've just been clicking cards in and out, just trying things.
I think for me, the most surprising in a positive way is the voice chat on the game share. What the game share chat?
I got my camera.
Oh yeah, did you try it?
Finally, yeah, I did. I tried it for 10 minutes, and I was like, "That's cool." And then I touch it again.
Now it's a shelf piece.
Yeah.
Nice. I keep wanting to use the voice chat because I liked the experience the first and only time I tried it. And I think the technology, when we were doing it in Welcome Tour, I was really surprised at how well it works. You know, with Josh doing the vacuum sound in the background and it's still picking up the voice pretty clearly. Like, it was really good. And I could see myself doing this instead of Discord because it, controls the volumes automatically. You don't need to go in and tinker it yourself. Nobody else wants to use it.
I don't know. I don't necessarily think much of it's a surprise just because I kind of consumed all the videos and reviews and stuff, but like I'm overwhelmingly just very impressed by the hardware just in general. I saw people on our Discord this morning. Apparently Digital Foundry released a review for Switch 2. It's like 2 hours long.
What?
It's like a whole damn movie.
Wow.
So I won't be watching that. But apparently I think they trashed the screen. Like that was what was said in the Discord. I'm extrapolating from I saw Discord comments, so maybe that's too harsh, but apparently they were pretty negative on the screen. I'm generally really favorable on the Switch hardware just across the board. I think the screen is great. I think the up-res solutions that they're doing on a TV display is better than ever. I think the Joy-Con are improved as much as I want third-party Joy-Con. I still think they're very much improved. I like them. And yeah, I'm just generally impressed by what this system is capable of. I think I said it before. It's better than I thought it was going to be. And I have Nintendo fan reservations, and it's way better than I thought it was going to be.
Yes, you can, Rebecca.
This is stupid, but I feel like I was so surprised at how easy. I finally put on my screen protector from Amfilm. I was shocked about how easy they have made it nowadays. It comes with that little
frame.
Framing that you can't misalign it. It's perfect. It's so easy. I can't
100%.
believe how far we've come with that.
Yep.
Huh.
You literally can't mess it up, except my friend who messed it up 3 times and had to buy another one.
I went through 4 screen protectors
I would be your friend.
I gave up.
How did you mess it up?
So I had this conversation with Dev. I'll tell you about it.
You literally cannot.
I think if I had to guess, I feel like my Switch my switch screen is like a degree off because I had 2 different screen protector brands. I've tried 2 different brands because I was thinking maybe it was a brand thing. And I keep having the exact same issue across all 4 screen protectors. When I put them on my Switch, the bottom right-hand corner will not go down all the way. It just won't. Like I can push it down, and I even pushed and held. I put like a book on it, and then
What,
when
it
you
like
take the book off,
bubbles?
like it not like quite bubble. You know, like how it just won't fit. Like you can't push
Won't
the
connect
air
them.
out. It won't go all the way through. And it's across 4 different screen protectors, 2 different brands. It's the exact same spot over and over again.
Wow. Yeah,
And I
that
don't
sounds
know
like
what
a
else.
manufacturing error on your Switch.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
there must just be something. Is maybe that. So what I will say, I'm not telling you not to put a screen protector on, but the folks that test like the screen durability and Nintendo talked about the covering that they put over the actual screen itself. It's extremely durable. So if you're having that same issue, like you don't need to feel like there's a person out there scratching on the Switch screen and everything. Like it takes a lot to get to the screen.
I will tell you this. I watched my son drop his Switch 2 in the middle of the street. And I was like, oh, you son of a bitch.
Oh no!
And
And you picked it up as right as rain.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
good. I'm like, I was gonna,
There is I posted it for dev, and again, I'm not telling you. I understand. I also tried to put a screen protector, so I get it. We all have been conditioned this way. We want cases of screen protectors and everything. I know. But Dev was talking about it, and I showed him that video. I forget who it is, like Fix It Guy or Ruin It Guy or whatever. His YouTube channel. That's all he does is break stuff. Just see how durable it is. And the Switch 2 holds up a lot. Dude's like got a drill on the screen, like trying to get to it. Like it's pretty tough.
that's great.
So if you're out there like me, I just was like, I think I'm good. Like I don't think I think it's pretty durable. I don't need a screen protector.
Yeah, I saw it. I
that
I
bubble-
saw it for myself. I'm like, oh,
That bubble, that lift, and it's a little. I'm talking it's this much, Rebecca, but it was driving me mad that I couldn't get it to. Like I was like,
I must be
I
really
can't.
good at putting on screen protectors then, because you got Hyrule and Trust saying I tried to before I got it right. Like,
Yeah,
my friend is stupid as hell, and he put it
Wow.
on upside down so that the sticky part was up twice. It's like, what do you mean? How do you do that?
that's hilarious.
You're like-
I even sprayed mine with like the screen, like electronic screen spray.
Oh, I don't
like
do all
you
that.
could like. I did that on the 3rd one. I was like, maybe that'll help me get
No.
it down. I still couldn't
No,
get
just
it down.
Just wipe
Still couldn't get it down.
it. I did it with my
I
cat on
tried
the bed
tried
and everything.
tried. I just
Wow.
couldn't get it to sit flat. So
No,
for
I
me,
did 2 of them perfectly.
what I think the issue is, or not the issue, I think what would help me is all of the screen protectors that you can currently buy, they're all the same tempered glass. I think if I could get like a legit, just old school plastic screen protector that had like a little bend, I think
Maybe.
I'd be right as rain.
See.
But I
Yeah.
can't find one. They're
Because
all
they don't make 'em
tempered
anymore.
glass.
Yeah.
They're all
What-
tempered glass.
what we need to do is everybody send your Switch 2s to Rebecca and tell her to put on your screens for you.
I'll do it. I will. It was easy.
And
But
then
it
you'll
sounds
never
like you
have
don't
it.
need it. You
She'll
can
have
take a
so
drill
many-
to it. You don't even need it.
Yeah, you really don't. I was really surprised with that protection layer they put on. Like it really does come with a screen protector already on it. Like it has a screen protector on it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I
but
just
yeah,
like-
the
I like it.
hardware, the screen itself, I talked to you all about it ahead of time. I just don't think I care as much about the LCD stuff as like a lot of people do. Maybe I'm just not that into
I don't.
that
It looks
sort
great
of
to me.
stuff. Yeah, I think it looks incredible. I think the colors are great in handheld. I think I love the VRR stuff. I've talked about these screens with the Ally and stuff, how much I like them. I love them. So I'm not really bothered. I don't care if the black isn't total black. I'm like, okay, it's black though. It's good enough. So that's my biggest surprise with the whole thing so far.
Moving on to John32 asks, question for Shaq. Will Rebecca be bringing back her DK rap in honor of Bananza?
Yo.
Will it be graced with the collab of the century with Gold Coin coming out of retirement to produce
Who?
the track? I'm not familiar with that one. Is
Nobody
that like
is.
a remixer?
Nobody
or-
knows. It's a
Nobody
mythical
knows.
rapper.
Mythical rapper.
Oh.
It's a fake
Legendary.
rapper. It's like
Gold
somebody
Coin.
really they watched 8 Mile one day and they were like, that's me. So they made up their own name that they were in 8 Mile. But they
8
weren't.
Mile.
There's no truth to that. There's no recording, no evidence.
There's.
I did do the DK rap on my stream long time
There
ago.
is less support for Gold Coin than there is for Christopher Dring's article.
Wow. That's hurt. That hurt.
Ouch. For Gold Coin. Sorry.
Oh man.
Rebecca
Maybe
has
they
no
will.
idea, does she? She has no
What?
idea. This is the
Oh,
funny
what?
part.
What?
None.
What?
PSVG lore. No.
Yeah, this is the lore. This is deep lore.
Delvin, are you Gold Coin?
Ah, there it
I
is.
am Gold Coin.
Is he though? But is he?
Yes.
Oh my
There's been
gosh.
no evidence
long
to
time
support
ago,
such.
I
Oh,
was
here
a
we
rapper,
go.
Rebecca.
No,
We're not getting
wasn't.
in the story. Go.
There's no songs. He's not afforded any evidence of this.
I want to hear it.
We all do.
Nah, that's not happening.
He has the tapes. He says, but he's never provided them.
Wait, I kind of remember promising that I would get these tapes.
And
Yes.
and it's still yet to happen.
You felt the people remember.
I'll get them.
It's okay.
I'll get them.
What the funnier part is, Delvin, tell her why your rapper name was Gold Coin. Tell her about the group you were in.
Oh, the group was called Legacy.
That sounds so
And-
cool.
and
You
we-
should do it.
And
we all had rap
everybody's
names.
names are based on
Off of like
Currency.
valuable stuff like currency. Like
Currency.
we had Silver Dollar, the rap scholar. I was
Silver
Gold
Dollar.
Coin.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
so cool.
It is.
So, that is so 90s.
It is. It's all. And 90s is cool. 90s is like the coolest.
Okay.
What do you
Who are
mean?
the-
Okay.
Who are the other names? Give us the names. Give us the Power
Trying to think
Rangers.
who
Delvin.
else.
Run through it.
What was my? Well, we had one guy who I probably could call. I should probably call him one day and put it on that episode just via phone. His name was Robert Queston. That was literally his name. He's a great guy. Really good rapper. He's a chef now.
I'm sweating.
He's a chef. He just cooks.
Moving on. We have a question from Gerudo Valley Cat. Great name. I remember you.
Uh-huh.
We're having a heat wave in the UK. Yo, same girl, same here. It is so damn hot. Next week is going to be 103 degrees.
Yeah.
Fuck
Ugh.
that.
It's about to heat up.
She wants
Pretty
to know.
mild so
I'm
far.
assuming their gender. Gerudo Valley Cat sounds like a girl to me. Are they a girl? She? You're
No
a girl
idea.
now.
They-
Do
just go
you
by they.
do less gaming when it's sunny or hot out?
I do less everything when it's sunny and hot out.
I do more game when it's
Lay
sunny and
around.
hot outside. I try to stay indoors. I live in Florida. It's always sunny and
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah,
100
true.
something degrees.
Well, like a lot of people game more if it's like raining and they can't go outside. So I think it's like the same premise. You don't want to
No,
go
I
outside
sleep
or
when
do anything.
when it's raining like that. I sleep. Like I'm going to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Or I watch a movie.
yeah. Rainy days are good for movies.
Yeah, I watch a movie or something like that.
I don't think I do less. I like when it's hot. Like I don't want to be sitting in front of my computer like this because it like radiates heat. But I don't think there's that problem with like TV gaming or Switch gaming.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I guess you guys are right. I didn't think about it like that. I generally, yeah, I'm not trying to go outside ever. So,
yeah.
yeah, I probably do a lot more.
Hot as
gaming when
fuck
it's super
outside.
hot. I'm just trying to stay inside for sure. You just,
Global warming.
I survive summers in Georgia. That's all I'm trying to do is survive the summer. Just get me back to fall. But
Yeah.
we were at the pool party yesterday. Everybody was complaining about the heat. And I thought it was pretty funny because even by June days, it wasn't that hot yesterday. It's about to get hot, but it wasn't that hot. I think we were like 89. That's not that hot for
No,
Georgia.
that's not hot.
It's just the first day that we've had like that heat because generally speaking, like we're deep into June already. It's been pretty mild so far.
Well, it's
had-
early for us. It's early in the year to be getting those high temperatures.
We've had a lot of rain. It has rained every day for like 20 days. Just a ton of rain lately. So I think that's been a big part of it.
We got a
It's
bad
been-
storm a couple days ago. It like knocked down trees and shit.
Yeah.
Knocked out power. Our grocery. We went to the grocery store the next day. Everything that was refrigerated was gone because the power was out.
But
Sucks.
the weather service did put us on alert that the heat's coming. So it's supposed to heat up here in the next week or so.
Yeah, we're at 87 right now down here, and it's going to go up, and it's going to
Oh,
rain.
I will probably do gaming, especially if it's like so hot that I just want to not do anything, just lay there and play game.
Yeah,
Kyle the Pug writes in.
fuck you, Kyle the Pug.
He wants to know you're being held at gunpoint, and you can only choose one companion to come save you.
That almost
Cappy from Super Mario Odyssey. Cappy from Super Mario Odyssey, or Mini Pauline from Donkey
Why
Kong.
are we got to be held at
Bonanza?
gunpoint to make this choice?
No.
Terrible choices.
They're gonna come save you from the gun. Boy,
I get it. Yeah, I'm
So
always
either a
picking
child or a
Pauline.
hat. It's gonna.
Yeah, I
save
don't know that our odds are too good. I mean, Pauline's gonna sing.
Sure, but when she sings, maybe I'll turn into like giant Donkey Kong.
Cappy will help us transform into the gun.
I think I wanna
Perfect.
do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not the Cappy thinking. That's cool.
Yeah,
I'm cool.
I think I'm gonna be fucked. Like,
I
don't
pick
think that's gonna work out
Cappy.
well
I
for
would
me.
never bring a child into a situation with a gun.
Why not? Worked out
do
so
you mean,
well
why
for this
not?
country over there. We've been doing it for decades. Turned out really good for us.
Wow.
Moving on. Thank you for the question, Kyle. Indie Techno asks, why is Breath of the Wild still so good?
Because
Classic
it's a great game.
Yep.
It's a great game. It's really a commitment to how well Nintendo just makes games. That this game is just like, hey, we're gonna re-release it, and it's still gonna be amazing. And that's kind of what it is. Like every aspect, like you're playing it now, and people who are playing this game now are like rediscovering it, like
evergreen.
find out.
It is
This is
evergreen.
great.
It's classic. It's the
I feel
Ocarina
like
of its
it-
day.
I feel like that's true for
Yeah.
most Zelda games. Like most Zelda games, you can go back and replay and still enjoy the experience. You can't do that with every game.
There's a couple
He
of
said,
them. Like, I don't know about- a couple of like, I don't know about that.
when I
one.
think of that, I think Link to the Past, Ocarina, and Breath of the Wild. There's three.
That's correct. That's what I think.
Oh, I think there's more than that.
I think I attribute it to just balance. As I said before, I think Breath of the Wild has some of the most polished and like balanced gameplay. For every challenge in that game, there is ways to cheese or lessen that challenge or make it harder if you want. Like it just gives you everything that you would need to make that as hard or as easy as possible for you. There's always a counter. There's a counter to everything. There's a counter to Lionel's. There's a counter to Guardians. There's a counter to to Ganon. There's counters to different inflictions. Like it has, and it's just replaying it. Like people talk all the time about like having like a weather cycle where it rains or like a night day cycle. Breath of the Wild has entire like physics and like element engines. You can, we still talk about to this day. It's like you can create circuits using electricity. It has, metal attracts electricity. You can use electricity and water. These elements counter and work together. You can use them to your advantage or you can fight them if you want. Like it has just ultimate balance.
I agree.
So I think it's very rewarding to the player to figure things out. Versus, I think with Tears of the Kingdom, it just gives you such creativity to out-engineer the problem.
Which I
True.
like a lot. Which
Yeah.
I like
Right?
a lot.
Like it's a good, it is good in its own right.
Yeah. I think-
But with Breath of the Wild, it's like you couldn't out-engineer it. You just had to like
Problem
deploy.
solve. Yeah.
You had to deploy what you had available to you.
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Like trees and stuff. Can you start the next question? I'll be right back.
absolutely. Super Meta Boy says, "Are you day one on Donkey Kong Bonanza? And now that we're in the thick of it, do you feel the new price of games is prohibitive for you personally?" So let's start there.
Oh yeah, I'm day one on Donkey Kong. When I first saw it, I immediately pre-ordered it. I'm
Same.
super excited for it.
We pre-ordered before the direct,
Yeah,
we've
before the
been in
direct, I was
yeah,
like, I've
pre-ordered
seen
it.
enough.
When I bought the Switch, I pre-ordered Donkey Kong.
That was the one I pre-ordered. Like, yeah, I've seen enough. I can't wait for this to come out. I bought. I didn't even need to see the direct. I'm like, I'm
They
good. I
got
know
me
what I want.
with new Donkey Kong game. I was like, I'm in.
Yeah. Soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh, a Donkey Kong game that plays like a Mario game. I'm all in on this. I'm like,
Yeah.
say less.
It's also $70, so it's not an $80 game.
Yeah.
You know,
And it
even
looks
if
great.
it was, we would have bought it anyway. But
Even like just it looked great. It looks great now. It looks like a fun ride. Like this looks.
I'll try
cool.
to answer a different way. I definitely bought the Zelda games, the Mario game, the Mario Kart, and Donkey Kong. So this probably doesn't apply to Nintendo. But I do want to buy other games. Like I've already started looking. Like I'm kind of hoping like when Donkey Kong comes out, people start trading in like Street Fighter and start trading in like Yakuza. Like I want to buy those games. I just don't want to pay what their current prices are. Like I am
Yeah.
just like, and Street Fighter is a good price. It's $60, has the DLC included, right? But because it's a game key card and stuff, like I'm just thinking, I'm like, if I just wait a little, I can probably, save $15-20.
Yeah. And I think the new price is prohibitive to some people, but not for me right now because I have a job. I have disposable income.
Yeah.
But I can see how it can affect some people buying games. And maybe some games, people are like, oh, you know what? I can wait on that one. But I don't think Donkey Kong is that one. I think that's the key.
That's kind of where I am with Yakuza. Like, if I had it, I would like to play it right now. But, like, I can wait. I don't need to play it right now. I can wait to buy that game at a better deal. So I'll start picking these things up as secondhand copies come available.
And frankly speaking, and I love Yakuza. Yakuza is one of those games that's been out forever on every console.
This has been out for a while.
Particular Yakuza game. If this was Pirate Yakuza, I'm like, okay, this is a little different. But this one has been out for years at this point.
Yep, that's how I feel with Street Fighter. I've waited on Street Fighter to this point. What's another month or two? Like, you might as well just, exactly.
Just wait. Wait till it gets on sale.
I think I would have got Street Fighter if the $40 version had the pass. Because there is a $40 version, but it doesn't include any of the DLC. And I was like, well, maybe I don't need it. But like, apparently Bison's the DLC character. I was like, well, you need Bison. Who buys a Street Fighter game without Bison in it?
And he looks awesome.
Yeah, so he's like, I need
awesome.
that.
Yeah.
So, I'm probably waiting for a deal.
That was a pretty smart move to put Bison as a DLC character too, by the way.
Once we get a couple deals, a couple discounts, digital, physical, or something like that, I'll probably start snatching up a couple of these.
I kind of want to play Street Fighter now.
I want to play Street Fighter.
I haven't. I just haven't played it because I've been playing Zelda. Maybe I might need to.
I know I'm going to be terrible at it, but I want to play it anyway.
Yeah, and XPS just hit my point. Like, Yakuza 0 is $5 on PlayStation right now.
So that's a really good point. Rebecca walked away. I'd like to come back to that because we didn't really talk about that either in that Christopher Dring article. He's like, these third parties aren't selling well. It's like, yeah, because a lot of people probably already, like, if you wanted to play Street Fighter, the amount of people that like really wanted to play Street Fighter 6 but waited for Switch 2 to do it are going to be really small.
Yes.
A lot of people, if you really wanted to play Street Fighter, you've had a couple years to do that now. And the same thing with Yakuza. Same thing with a lot of these games. Cyberpunk.
Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah. So like that is also a part of it. Like, I think there's a lot of reasons why any or some third party games may have not sold a lot. It's not like there's not like a brand new game to play right now.
And you can get them for cheaper. Like some of these games you can get for way cheaper if you just go with
100%.
So I think that makes a difference. That makes a big difference.
$40 or $50 Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, or you just get $10 PlayStation copy or an Xbox copy or Street Fighter for that. I think I saw Street Fighter 6. I think it was on Xbox, like on Woot for like $10 or $15 like today, like right now.
So let's look up something right now since we said that.
I had gripes with that article, if you can't tell.
Yeah. Hogwarts Legacy right now, I can get the regular Switch version for $28.
XPS says he wants Shadow Lumber. I bought that one. I'm getting the Pac-Man game for sure. And I will buy Madden. I'm day one on Madden. I wish Madden was sooner. I wish I didn't have to wait till August. I wish I had Madden like right now.
Puyo Puyo Tetris, you can get the regular Switch version for $21.
See? Yep.
So you can buy all these games right now for pretty cheap.
And we also talked about how great like backwards compatibility is. And
yeah,
I think, I won't say for a lot of people because everybody's different, but like for me, and I think for half of the people I see in our Discord, a lot of us are playing old games.
Yeah,
we got folks playing Age of Calamity and Hyrule Warriors. I'm playing Breath of the Wild. People are playing Mario Odyssey for the second time. That's another thing. Like, this system you don't need Street Fighter to be entertained. You can play, your favorite game better than you've ever played it before.
Yeah.
So that's probably
in some
part of it
cases
as well.
The game that you wanted to play years ago that didn't run well runs well now, so you can just go back and play that one.
Yep. And I'm seeing a lot of people with Switch 2s doing that.
Like, hey, I wanted to play this game. It didn't work when I was trying to play it before. I can play it now, and it works. Yep. I'm excited to play this. So so for some people, that's good enough.
It's very different. With Switch 1, you were starting a library. With Switch 2, you already have, like, even the most casual fan probably has a couple dozen options to choose from just when they buy their Switch, just buying it. And not to mention there's free-to-play games like Fortnite and stuff, too.
Yeah. I went back and played Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. I'm like, oh, this plays better.
There you go.
Maybe I'll get back into it. Like that alone, like, hey.
Yeah, that was the point I was trying to make in the Discord, was just like, there are a lot of reasons for this. I didn't go through it all because I didn't want to jump into like the conversation that was happening. There was a lot of people, going different ways. But that's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, there's a lot of reasons why this might be the case. None of them are particularly like alarming to me. Like they all kind of make sense.
Yeah.
The second question, the truth bringer, this Delvin informs me that Rebecca thinks I'm gross.
This is correct.
I
How
don't
can I
think
improve
he's gross.
my personal
does.
hygiene so that she is not repulsed
No.
by my very existence.
I don't
One,
think the person
Brush
is gross.
your teeth.
No. Well, yes, do that. I just
Like,
don't.
well,
I don't like meat, like super meat boy. I don't like meat juices. I don't like blood. I don't like
Yes.
gore. I don't like
I'm
raw
about that life.
meat. Like
I'm
raw.
about
I
it.
can't touch raw meat. Like I can't be near it. It's gross.
Yes.
I don't like
You're
it.
gross.
I have nothing wrong with the user who is super meta boy.
not going to make the jokes I want to make.
No. You're gross. Take a bath. Brush those chiclets you call teeth.
Wow.
Use some goddamn deodorant.
Wow.
Shake the fuck up. Rebecca doesn't want to say it because she's trying to be nice. I don't have to be nice.
Don't know what this person looks like. I think maybe his hygiene is perfectly fine.
No, it's terrible. He smells like
All right.
raw onions.
Rebecca back. You can take Brendan's question.
Wait, you forgot number 3, Super Meat Boy rules. It was his third statement.
I'm excited for 3D Meat Boy.
And this is why she thinks you stink. Because of that statement right there.
It's pretty gross.
Do better.
I like Meat Boy.
I do question why you would make your entire internet persona around Super Meat Boy.
See? See? See, and y'all blaming me. And I'm the bad guy for telling you the truth.
I
But
like it.
I'm sure you're a lovely individual, Super Meta Boy.
I fuck with it. Team Donna.
I like it.
Brandon asks, who are some Nintendo characters that you feel should have been left as one-off characters for a game? Who is one character that was a one-off that should be used more? And why is Sia from Hyrule Warriors with her badass mommy vibes? Or why is it Sia?
Yeah. Definitely see ya.
She was a one-off character. Another Zelda one-off character that I know people always want to come back is Midna.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
I was
Who
literally
should have
thinking,
been
like,
left off?
who are the ones? And then you just hit it right on the nail. Like,
Yeah.
that's a really good one.
I feel like it's easier to think of the one-off ones that should be recurring rather than ones that should have stayed one-off.
I thought of Daisy, but like she's in stuff, just not like stuff. She's always like a character skin. She's in Mario Party and stuff, but not like stuff. You know.
There's one thing about our listeners and like my stream chat is they don't ever forget anything ever. They will bring stuff up from years past.
Yeah, I constantly feel that way about like Nintendo in general. People are like, "Don't you remember that NPC
People don't
from that
forget.
village in that game in 1994?" I'm like, "No, I don't. I don't
No.
remember any of that."
That's not what I meant. Jules knows what I mean,
Sorry.
but I know it's okay. It's okay. One-off characters or people that should have been left off as one-off characters. Man, now I'm only thinking of Zelda. I need to think of more.
I need the Mario Golf characters to come back.
We need more
From, like,
tingle.
Who
Golf
are some good
64?
one-off characters from?
Like Sunny, Plum, Maple, Harry. I need all those folks to come back to Mario Golf. They were
Harry?
awesome. Mm-hmm.
We need more tingle. Just put tingle in everything.
See, I was gonna say maybe he should have been left as a one-off character.
Nah, you gotta put
Yeah.
Just keep him in Majora's Mask as the map salesman.
Nah, put him in everything. Put him in Mario Kart. Put him in Animal Crossing. Put tingle everywhere.
I'm sure I have a better answer for this if I thought about it.
No, you don't. It's okay.
Sia should. I would like if Sia came back. I would not like it if Linkle. I don't want her to come back. She should stay as a one-off character.
I love that Hyrule Wars created a
that's
place
right.
where like Linkle could happen, but I don't want her to be
I
like
agree.
an official Zelda character. 100%.
Yeah, Linkle's fine. Leave her where she at.
Yarden asks, now that the launch is behind us, factor in your entire Switch 2 experience so far, including the pre-order, launch day, and time with the system since, and give it all a letter grade. Pre-order, that part sucked. That's going to knock it down a little bit, but I did eventually get one, and it was a good launch day experience for me. So that bumps it back up a little bit.
Most everybody that was there, like we all got one. So
I
think at the
know,
end of the
but it
day-
wasn't seamless, and that's a problem. I was stressing. I was up late on a work night. It was not good.
And then folks were just able to walk into the store and buy one.
B
Didn't even need to.
minus. And nothing has to do with anything Nintendo did. It was all because of everyone else outside Nintendo.
Yeah, your launch experience was not great.
Yeah. But everything Nintendo did was perfect. Nintendo on my end, if it's just Nintendo itself, A+. But Walmart, Target, fucking Verizon, everybody else fucked me.
Yeah, I'll give them a B minus. I think they made a good system. I think they had some good software out the gate. So I think all of that, like the actual product experience, is good. I think the messaging from the start, from the announcement, has been messy by Nintendo standards. I still think it kind of is. Like,
Yeah.
it's still kind of all over the place. So by Nintendo standards, I think the messaging has been poor. The pre-orders was a hassle, but good, like, solution. We
It
all
ended
got
good.
something.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
all got
it all
something.
ended good.
I give them a lot of kudos for just the launch in general. Like, I think
That they
just
have a
getting
lot of
sys-
systems. That there's no,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
the scalpers aren't profiting because there's so many, and it's not like weeks later people are still struggling to find one.
But
Like,
at that same time, we
struggle.
had prices, we had tariffs. There was a lot of anxiety, a
scary.
lot of frustration going on.
And I legit love my Switch too.
Same.
Like, I love it. I'm
Yeah.
always on it.
Yeah, I think probably the only thing Nintendo-wise that maybe knocks it down a little bit is like, well, the system, it doesn't have a great battery life, and
Yeah.
the Pro controller and everything is really expensive. Like, the accessories are super expensive, and like the game chat is like not really exactly the direction that I wanted. I wanted more of like a social hub kind of thing, like that kind of stuff. Like, there's no themes. Like, there's still some things left to be desired, like hardware and software wise, but like it's like not bad. Like, I'm gonna give my overall an A minus so far, an A minus so
Okay.
far, and that's still good. That's very good. I'm
That's
very
very
happy
good.
with that.
Well, that's
Yeah.
very
Very
good.
good.
I'm
I was
happy
going
when
B minus.
I get B's and C's, let alone A minus.
Yeah, I
Let's be real.
think like if C is average, I'd give B like above average, and then like anything in the A is like a great territory. And I think
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not
A is
perfect by any means, but
yeah.
very good. Yeah.
Mhm.
Kate asks, how do you store your games? How do you display them on a shelf? Or do you display them on a shelf or bookcase, or store them in a box or container? That is highly dependent on what kind of game it is for me.
My
Like by
Switch
genre?
games.
What do you mean by that? You said what type of game? Like by genre? What do you mean?
Well, I have a lot of games. I have a lot of cartridge games, like all my Game Boy games and DS games and stuff. I don't leave any of those in the I don't have any boxes or cases or anything for those. Those go in like a little here, maybe I can show it. Do you see that pink like bag right there?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's where all of like my Game Boy games go and stuff. But I do collect let me see. Game Boy Advance nice boxes. So those are displayed in like hard shell clear cases. Because I'm displaying them, and then all of like my Switch and GameCube and Wii and Wii U games are all in cases here. But I keep my Switch games cartridges in this little pouch. Actually,
I have
shout
one
out
of
to
those.
Hyrule. Hyrule sent me this quite some time ago, and so like they stay loose in here unless. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. My 3DS games also. Unless I'm traveling, then I put them in the carrying case. So like this is where like they stay when I'm around at home, but then if I'm like traveling with them, then I put them in the little carrying case because there's little slots. So it's like kind of a mix of everything, Kate.
Yeah, I keep mine in the Switch games in the carrying case so I don't forget none. And I have, hold on one second. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Give me 1 second.
Oh my God, wait, they're so similar. Look.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was like. I have one of those. Like, it's so cool to use.
It's so similar, yeah.
I use mine for my illegal amiibo. That's where I keep all my amiibo chips.
That's such a good idea. My only illegal amiibo are the Animal Crossing villagers that I imported into my game, and they're on cards.
Yeah.
I also have this stand.
I got those cards too.
Oh, that's nice
to hold the boxes in. Yeah.
Nice.
That's nice.
I got it off of Etsy. I want to say several years ago.
Yeah, I've seen those on Etsy. They're good.
I like it.
They're very good.
It's really good.
Oh, I have some of those like stands and stuff for like my Zelda cartridges. You can't see them here, but like I have like plastic stands to like display those because those are special. And then my like SNES cartridges and stuff are just kind of like stacked. I really need a better display for them.
I just remember I have a lot of stuff over here that I think people don't have. See, look. I have my Yokai Watch Japanese game here.
Ah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I like Yokai Watch. I have a lot of stuff here.
But I've said this, that I'm definitely going all digital this generation, except for physical Zelda games for the collection. They're all specially like kind of like
I'm still playing
on their own shelf. Yeah.
So I feel like when I walk in stores, if I see something I want physical, I'll just go buy it.
Yeah. It also depends if there's like, a really good sale maybe.
Also, I like going into like when I'm in a mall, like when my kids make me go to a mall or something like that, I like going into GameStops. Because if there's no GameStop in the mall, I probably don't want to go there.
Yeah.
Or something for me to go in and look at it like a Books A Million or a GameStop. I'm like, I don't want to be here. There's nothing to do. I don't like walking around malls unless there's something I'm going to be interested in.
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought it'd be easier just to put it up. Plus, Rebecca could just it's right over her back shoulder. So I was jealous. She's like, yeah, here's my shelf.
It's right here. It's right here. It's right here.
Stuff on shelves too. So this is the shelf that's right where I podcast. Right, this is right to my left. My No More Heroes shelf, and my Last of Us Fire Emblem stuff. And then I've got that's my actual Switch shelf. So I have a whole. There's all my special editions and stuff are all just kind of piled up into this bookcase in the corner. And then I have my actual shelves.
Did you just take these pictures just now?
Yeah, I just ran over and just snapped a couple.
Also, he has the Mardi Gras beads. You know what those are for?
Where are the Mardi Gras beads? Oh, those aren't Mardi Gras beads. Those are Buckeye necklaces.
Ah, boo.
Yeah,
what's a Buckeye necklace?
Family heirloom.
I thought you just walking up to your wife and just throwing her beads at the house. Like,
what is?
She is from Louisiana.
What is a Buckeye necklace?
A Buckeye is a nut that grows on a tree in Ohio, like a Buckeye nut. That's why they're called the Ohio State Buckeyes. And a thing that we used to do, I don't know if it's still a thing, but a thing that I used to do when I was little was you'd make Buckeye necklaces out of them. People use them for like garland on Christmas trees and stuff.
You made those?
Not those. Those I bought. I have made them in the past. Yeah.
That's cool.
Donnie, did you know that you should? They're saying now that you should leave all your windows and doors unlocked at night in case there's an emergency and the authorities need to come rescue you. You should definitely leave your windows and doors unlocked tonight.
Got it. Understood.
Yeah.
I'll make sure I do that. So
I'm not doing that at all.
Also, send me your address just in case anything bad happens to you. I know where to find you.
Yeah. Just be careful with the Lancers. Like, just.
If I do that, I'm not waking up.
Our last question comes from Fama Jeff. Oh, God. What are the chances?
Poor Jeff.
What are the chances Sonic Racing greater than symbol Mario Kart World at the end of the year? Isn't this the one that they just said SpongeBob is coming to?
Yeah, that's the same one.
Oh, God.
It's getting all the Nickelodeon characters. It's like SpongeBob and something else.
Well, I'm happy for them.
I don't remember. What was it? Sonic?
I'm happy for them. We should all celebrate.
The Turtles.
gaming crossover characters.
Yes.
SpongeBob and the Turtles.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, and Steve. That's right, Steve and Alex. They're coming there too. It's like a Smash Brothers kart racer they got going on.
That's
over
what
there.
they want. Yeah, that's what they want to do. There's like
I hope so.
I-
I would like that to be the case. That'd be great.
Some people like the Sonic racing, like the pure racing aspect of it, better than like
Yeah,
Mario
for
Kart.
years, I am person.
So
that's weird. That's
if you
kind of
base it off of that, then there's a good possibility.
Listen, Crash Team Racing, better than Mario Kart. Sonic Racing's All Stars, better, and
I don't-
I would like Sonic to be better.
It's
I've
just
heard
it
that.
doesn't. It does not hit the same for me.
Different.
Personally. You can put all the best characters in the world in it, but like to me, Mario Kart is just the best kart racer.
It's all
In my
about
opinion.
preference.
In my opinion.
Yeah, different styles of kart racer for sure.
Yeah.
Where they have different stuff. Back in the day, I was a Crash Team Racing person because like the racing, like the skill level racing that was involved was just greater. It was a lot better.
Yeah.
Not as fun as a party game, but if you wanted like a good game, like Crash Team Racing was better. Diddy Kong I love for like the adventure and the solo play. So we'll see what Crossworlds does. I'm interested to see how Crossworlds runs on Switch too, because they've got that whole Rift mechanic that they're doing, right? Have you guys seen that?
Mm-mm.
You guys know what I'm
I
talking
did
about?
see that.
Okay. So like Ratchet and Clank on PlayStation had like that Rift thing where you could like grab a Rift and then teleport into like a whole new
Whole
world.
different area.
That's what Sonic Racing is doing. So like when you're the leader of the race, you'll drive and eventually you get presented like two gates to like two different worlds. And like you pick it and then like that becomes the race for everybody else. Like the world transforms around you. It's like hopping into different dimensions. It's pretty cool. What I heard from there was a beta for Sonic Racing Crossworlds, and there were a lot of people that were like, it's too chaotic, it's too hectic, like it's hard to keep up with. So I'm wondering if they took that into account and added better balancing. But I loved Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed, and I hated Sonic, the last Sonic Racing game that came out, because they got rid of the flying and the boats and stuff. Like I want that Diddy Kong stuff, and they're doing that in this one. So I'm hoping this is like a return to form.
Yeah. Looks great. Looks
Yeah,
fun.
I think so too. Yeah, I'm definitely getting it. I'll definitely be getting Sonic Racing.
And I think
All in.
there's room to play and like both of them for different reasons.
I agree. I agree too. I think there are different reasons to like them.
Yeah.
That was our last question.
Oh,
Sorry to hear that.
Atari carts. is
Atari
underrated.
carts. Wait, is that a real thing?
It is.
I have no idea.
What?
Yes.
What do you mean? Oh my god.
I haven't played
Oh,
it.
shit, this is the thing. Wow.
I heard it's good though.
1 or 2 players race against computer-controlled characters in 4 cups. Obtain power-ups. Dude, it's literally like Super Mario Kart.
That's exactly what it
It
looks
features Bentley Bear, the main protagonist of Crystal Castles.
Get him the fuck up out of here. Bentley
Wow.
Bear.
Bentley Bear. Wait, I
Now
wanna
you see
see
why it
what we can
failed.
Play as.
Like, hey, we have Mario, but you can. They have Sonic, but you can play as.
We
fucking
have Bentley Bear.
Bentley Bear.
like. Wow.
Hold on. Let's see the rest of the characters. I don't know any of these. Firebug, Miracle Man, Volky,
The guy.
Sully,
It should have the
Ms.
guy from
Tress.
Atari basketball.
Ms. Tress.
Just the block.
You can play as
I
the
can't see.
asteroid.
It's Famijeff, like the Famicom Famijeff. Or
Fama.
Famijeff.
Yeah.
Fama.
Fama. Sorry.
See.
All right. Well,
I miss
that's-
Mod
that's
Nation
it.
Racers
That was a good one.
and Little Big Planet karting. Bring that back.
Those were great.
Put Sackboy in Mario Kart. Put him in Sonic Racing. Why not? That'd be awesome.
We are exactly 1 month to the day that the next Pokemon Presents will air.
Oh
July
wow!
22nd.
Oh, okay.
Just more ZA information. Do you think we'll get anything more than that?
Well, we'll get an update for Cafe Remix, specialized for the Switch 2, and we'll get Pokemon Masters X update and Pokemon
Yeah.
Unite, specialized for the Switch 2.
Yeah.
If we're lucky, we'll get like Pokemon Coliseum for the GameCube, Gale of Darkness.
Do they know how far away is that Champions app thing they're doing?
Maybe they'll tell us about that. I forgot about that existing.
Jack was pretty excited about that one because he's
Yeah.
playing that like ROM hack mobile game that everybody's doing. Like he's doing that.
Which
He
one?
plays that thing for hours. He sent it to me. I forget what it's called. But he's just like a battle sim, like the people do, and you can like pull out the Pokemon. It's kind of like it's like a Pokemon Stadium, but it's on your phone.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah,
Showdown?
that might be it. It's something like that. But he likes
love
it a
Showdown.
lot, and it's got all these like advanced stats and stuff. It's really nerdy. Like he's really
It's probably
he's like
Showdown.
he's like into the meta about it.
Yeah.
When
Sure.
when Champions was announced, he was like, "They're doing that
Smogging
because
and
this,
stuff.
This game is too good."
Yeah.
So
Oh boy.
we'll see.
Well, that is our show. Stay cool, everybody, especially if your air conditioner is not working or if you're in an area that's getting to like record temperatures. Stay hydrated.
Stay fresh.
We don't realize
Stay off the
how
hook.
Yes.
dehydrated they get. Oh, they announced a new Splatfest. We didn't have that in the news.
I
There's a reason
definitely
for
didn't
that.
see. any
Oh
bit
my
of that.
gosh. Wait,
There's a
hold
reason
on. I
for
got
that.
When did that happen?
No, it was like a couple days ago. Hold on. I'll find it.
What are you splat?
I wonder
for?
if the Nintendo blogs even report on them because I haven't seen that at all. They're like they just stopped reporting it and they're like, never mind. Aren't they doing reruns? It's like Splatfest that they've already done before.
Bread
No.
versus water.
No. So it's the Splatoon 3 Summer Nights Festival. It's going to happen July 11th through 13th. You get exclusive gear not exclusive gear because it was the gear that was
World
in the summer
exclusive.
from Splatoon 2. So they're reissuing the gear.
Previous exclusive, second time
Previously,
exclusive.
yeah, exactly. So
Hand-me-downs.
the
Used
Splatfest,
exclusive. Leftover exclusives.
which would you rather travel by? Land, sea, or air?
They did this one before.
No, they didn't.
No, they did.
No,
That's
they
a real
didn't.
one.
No.
What? No, I'm
Maybe
telling
they
you
did land versus air, but they've never done.
Splatfest, land, sea.
No,
air.
this isn't brand new. The colors? Oh,
Land, sea, air.
the colors are important. I don't know.
Land would be
Yellow
green,
for
sea would be blue.
land,
Oh,
sea is
okay.
blue, and air is purple for some reason.
What?
What?
I don't know. It's like a purpley pink. But I am most certainly not picking air because have you heard about all those plane crashes lately? I ain't getting in one of those planes. Are you kidding
How
me?
you think I got to the Virgin Islands so damn cheap?
Exactly. You could have died.
Well, it's a chance I'll take for $100
see?
tickets.
See, I don't trust that ocean. Are you kidding me? You don't know what's
That's
down
Dev.
there.
What?
No,
Devs on those cruises.
not going on the sea. Oh no!
I've never
I did
seen a
that.
person loves cruises more than Dev.
That is true.
No,
I send him all these videos of all these crazy things that go down on ships, and he's like, "Not
Nope.
mine."
See
Can't
what
get
you
me there.
do.
He loves it.
I
Just
know
sit on
that
Final Destination.
statistically cars are the most dangerous, but even though they use the image of a car in land, I like trains. I think trains is the best mode of
Trains,
travel.
planes, automobiles.
Look here.
Trains.
There's a Resident Evil game based on a whole train.
Well, that's
So I
what
don't
I
trust
picked.
trains
Sure.
either.
I'm
That's true.
picking no, I'm picking trains.
I would be team land in this scenario as well.
Land. Keep me on land.
Snowpiercer.
There's
also
no
on a
reason
train.
humans should be in the air. We don't have
I
wings
kind
for
of
a
wanted to
reason.
play Splatoon 3, like after the updates. Like I was like, man.
What about
that'd be cool if
Superman?
I still had it.
Superman's in the air.
No.
It's true.
You don't like Superman?
Hot air balloon. Blimp,
Hot air balloon,
helicopter.
yeah.
Lots of things to
There
do.
was just an air balloon accident in Brazil like 2 days ago. People died.
Yeah.
The way Rebecca says,
They did. They died.
Died.
They did. Like
Died.
8 people died.
People died.
They did.
we know.
We believe you.
We believe it's just the way you say it.
It's
How you
sad.
say
It's
died.
horrible.
It's just a dramatic effect to it.
I just don't. I wouldn't take that risk. There's nothing good up there. Humans shouldn't be up there.
Ah, it's fine.
Nothing in
Oh,
the sea that we need either.
Delvin,
Yes.
we have a Kevin Durant trade.
Oh, where to?
Houston.
Damn it.
Rockets get Kevin Durant. The Suns get Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, the 10th pick, and 5 second-round picks.
Wow. Jalen Green.
That's a great trade for Houston.
That's a great trade
For Houston.
for Houston. Yes.
I don't know about for the Suns. Not so great, but sorry, Rebecca.
So how about them Phillies?
Hey, I'm gonna buy the Madden cover. It's got the Eagles cover on it. That's a great cover.
Wait,
It's a
oh my God.
great cover.
When is that coming out? Because I kind of want to get it just because.
August.
Because I like Saquon Barkley.
It's got the I love the old school unis.
The Kelly Green, I know it's so good.
I am such an old man at this point. Like I want all of the NFL teams to go back to uniforms they wore in the 90s.
Every Eagles player prefers the Kelly Green.
Yeah, like who in the world? Like I've thought that since they changed the uniform. Like why are we changing great uniform? Go back to the way it was.
Yeah, the 90s
This
had
is
great
great.
uniforms.
Yeah. Yes.
Some uniforms you don't need to change.
I agree. So anyway, we've strung this out long enough. You guys ready to go? See, I just don't want to end. I don't want to end the show. That means I got to say
know,
goodbye.
I
want
and
talking
talk
to
to
you
you guys the
guys.
next week. I talked to Delvin. I don't
We
talk
should
to
do the
you.
podcast twice a week.
Absolutely not. It's not happening.
You could just quit your other podcast, Delvin.
Just also should I just quit my job?
Just 5 shacks a week. Let's really
Yeah,
Every day. We
Really
can update
invest
people
into the
every
brand.
day in Nintendo.
Oh man, be like the Nintendo Today app, Shack Today.
Oh my God.
People would be ecstatic if we did that. Just everyday Shaq.
I don't know. I think that overexposes us.
They don't care.
We
They
need time
like
to play
do it
the
every
games.
day.
We have to actually play.
We'd
the
play games
games.
even less than we already
PSV
do.
Shaq.
Yeah, Devil quit.
No, my plans for today is to play Chapter 2 of Deltarune so I can spend the week playing Chapters 3 and 4, which I heard are longer. So.
Okay.
I got to get back
Oh,
to Breath of the Wild.
And Josh finished the fifth and final episode of Life is Strange.
Oh, that's great.
That is
Yeah?
big news. I know. He picked to sacrifice Arcadia Bay,
Fuck
Nice.
that town.
and then he
Yep.
immediately regretted it. He's like, I shouldn't have done
No. I did
You
it
did
again.
like that.
I replayed it like again.
I know.
like,
he picked
fuck,
Bay,
again.
B-A-E. I know. But then he
That
felt
town
immediately
sucks.
bad, and then we watched the other ending, and he liked that better.
Listen,
Sometimes you gotta just.
But I told him you
People
have to
will
live with that. You have to live
People
with your
died.
first decision. People died.
people died.
They died.
People died. It's like, hey, that's the world. The world happens. But my people didn't. And that's the important part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that down.
But
Look, I'm gonna say this: for all you
Uh-oh.
people who shame me for saying Joe was right, you are the same motherfuckers who sacrifice all of Arcadia Bay. Like, fuck this town.
Yeah,
Right.
side with Joel.
Joel, I mean,
Team
we
Joel.
would all do what Joel did.
Fuck those
Yeah.
doctors.
Fuck the doctors. Fuck that town.
When The Last of Us 2 happened, I think I was like talking with Kev or Dev, and they were like, see, Donnie, it's the same thing. It's a different coin. I was like, yeah, I did it. And I do it. I hope they burn in hell.
Yep.
Fuck
Same
Abby
thing.
and her dad.
Fuck her dad. Her dad's trash.
I replayed the game after Last of Us 2 a couple years ago or whatever, and I remember I took a video clip of that moment when you're in the end, and I think I put out a flamethrower. It was just like, ooh. Let me express some of this frustration and
They
stress.
should
Let me get
give
some of
me
this out.
multiple ways to kill him. They should let me put C4 on him.
I need the Tears of the Kingdom builder here. I can just build
Yeah.
a contraption and shoot him off into space. We were really off the rails on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last of Us 2, what if that came, or Last of Us 1, what if that came to Switch?
Instant buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Would you immediately buy Last of Us Part 2 on Switch?
Instantly
would.
not. Like immediately
I would.
hide that and block it on all things.
What if
No,
they came together as a bundle? What would you
then I'm
do?
not buying it.
Donnie,
Know what
you
they
are
should do?
so
Get that
like
shit out of my house.
What they should do, they should remake The Last of Us with the characters from the TV show.
Oh,
Since they
God,
keep
don't give them
since,
any more.
Since they keep remaking the game over and
Yeah,
over
don't
again.
give them
just
any
nobody
more.
wants that.
The Last of Us,
Last
the
of Us,
TV show, the game.
Pedro Pascal edition.
HBO
Okay,
presents
I
The Last
do
of Us,
like
the
the
game.
idea of Pedro Pascal.
I mean, I could see them doing like DLC skins or something as like a collectible. I could see that.
Hey, we have Street Fighter
People are
the movie,
so
the
mean to
game.
Bella Ramsey, and for no reason.
She's a great actress.
They're a great actress.
Yes, correct. They are great actors.
Sure. Yeah, I haven't followed the second
It's
show.
not her
definitely-
fault. It's not their
The
fault.
second
It's not
show-
their fault.
Yes.
It is not
And
their
I would
fault.
say
It's not.
they
did the
had to
best with
know
what was
some
given
of
to
that
them.
when they
Yes.
auditioned for the role.
Yes, which
Just
is
look
why
at
the girl
that
that plays Abby has
franchise.
no social media for good
Smart.
reason.
Very
Smart.
smart. That whole franchise, just look at it on social, and that's all it is. All it's been.
Yeah.
It is super divisive, and yeah.
Yeah, I do not envy any of those actors.
Even if the show was universally praised, that
There's
divisiveness
always
would be
going to
there.
be.
Yeah, that's not going to go nowhere.
It's not going anywhere.
Are you still watching it, Rebecca?
No, I had to take a hiatus when my mom was on vacation and we were going to catch up. And then I heard some of the things that they changed and like did badly. Like they made the game, like the things that people didn't like about the game, they made that like worse.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying with him.
So I advised my mom, hey, let's stop watching while we're ahead.
I recommend just watching it, just to make your opinion of it. I think.
I want to
Don't
read.
go for people
I
say.
want to play part 2 before I do that.
That's a good idea.
Because I didn't play part 2. I never played part 2. I only played part 1.
Oh yeah, you definitely play
should.
part 2.
You definitely should.
I know what happens, but I don't know everything. So
I got you. Yeah, you definitely should. Yeah, I wouldn't say if I was on the fence as to whether or not I watch it, and then seeing everything that came out after, especially some
which
of
is
the
a shame
opinions that I really
because
trust.
season 1 was really good, and they like kind of really ruined it for season 2.
I
Like, they
like
ruined
season-
Ellie's character. They ruined her.
That's what
I
I've
agree.
heard. That's
I
like
agree.
the outstanding that I've heard. Is
Yeah.
that.
And that is not Bella Ramsey's fault, by the way.
No, it's
At
not.
all. That is just bad writing.
Yeah,
I
except
think Bella did the
direction.
best with what was
Direction with the character.
provided. Yeah.
But
But
some of my
season 1,
Last
I
of
thought
Us
season 1 was
friends
very good.
Yes.
Have hated this. They've hated.
I really
the second
do.
Season.
Yeah. If
And
you
they
haven't
said they
watched
already
the first
greenlit
season,
a third. I watched the
well,
first
yeah, because
one.
they didn't finish the game content in season 2.
Right.
Correct.
So it makes me wonder, like, do we actually get to a third?
We'll get to a third.
Like, they greenlit
Yeah, I
it.
think they already have.
We'll get to a third. We'll 100%
and then-
get to a third season.
And then what's the reaction when that comes out? Like, by the time that comes out, does anybody still care?
I don't know if it's salvageable.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. It doesn't feel like it seems like the well has been soured a bit here.
I think it's salvageable. I think people will watch it just to see what happens. Maybe less people, but it'll still be very popular.
That's what I'm
immensely
wondering.
popular.
If it's like,
Maybe for the
Less
people who like didn't play the games or like aren't into like the franchise outside of the show, like the people who are just like, hey, look, a new HBO show, and like they're
I think
not as
Neil said-
invested.
they have more fans of The Last of Us that aren't gamers than are at this point. Is what Neil said.
Really?
That's what he said.
It's
I
possible.
don't like that.
I think they didn't take into consideration how popular Pedro Pascal is.
Yeah, I think the show brought in more people than the game did.
Yeah, I
more or
think
less.
Pedro Pascal is an immensely popular person. So,
Oh,
Yeah,
he's so
he's riding
fine.
a high right now.
so when you get to that point, what happens in the game when the show's like, oh, that's gonna hurt the show a lot.
Yeah.
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 Well, then that's just bad casting choice then, because we knew that was coming.
Yeah. Or I
Yeah.
think they could have stretched it out a little bit further. That's what I would have did. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
maybe this should have been the last episode of the season, as opposed to episode when it happened.
I
Kind of
talked
like
a
do
little
like
bit
what they
about
did with
this.
Game of Thrones. Like they managed to put that at the very end of the first season when like in the book
Yes.
it happens very early.
Yes. See, now you see what I'm talking about. Yeah,
Yeah, I do.
because people are like, because you see the drop off right after it happens. Like they talk about it. It's a huge.
But then would
drop-off.
people come back to the next season? Like maybe they would like forget though. They would forget how painful it was. I don't know. There's no right answer.
We had a conversation shortly after it started, and I did feel very vindicated with Delvin and Haley, because they started lobbing all this stuff about the show that I was saying about the game years ago.
Yes.
They're like, they did this, and I was like, I said that. They're like, and you were right.
Yes. Vindication.
Well, especially Haley. Like Haley is an opinion on the matter with this franchise that I would like trust a lot.
Yes.
So if Haley's like, I hate it, I'm like, okay, then I'm not gonna.
Haley does have good opinions. I respect. Sometimes she usually
Haley-
has good opinions.
Haley has good opinions with this subject.
Yeah, with this subject.
This
Yeah, I would
subject
start
is-
there. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna go play Deltarune.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Cool.
go get food.
See?
See you next week.
Later.
Whenever you're ready.
All right. This is Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening. And I forgot the line already. What?